So is everyone ready? Everyone limbered up, ready for this combat?
Oh,
Prepared?
I need to get into
Prepared?
the campaign.
No.
Let's go!
Are you bracing? Are you ready?
I'm
Scared.
clenched.
I'm so ready.
Making
I love
diamonds.
combat.
You know it.
It says I'm waiting on GM.
Why was I about to say
did you
something so
join?
foul?
Yeah, I joined.
I'm scared. I'm scared to like.
So
ugh.
you guys can move yourselves anywhere that is behind and like within the confines of these 2 posts that I've put. So any of these, like I think this is 12 squares. You guys can put yourselves anywhere there.
I think I need to strap to grib.
Yeah, make sure you got snap to grid enabled.
I do.
We would be
Let me make sure.
ready
That's
to
the
start
monster man. Yeah, creature snap.
Do the mash.
The Monster Man.
It's the monster mash.
Ooh, bro, we all went there.
I know we
Do
did.
the monster mash.
The monster mash.
Can he be there for real?
No. Well, I could, but I'm probably more than 10 feet up, and I don't want to jump down.
Yeah,
Oh,
fall off
well.
that. Oh, goodbye.
He's gone forever.
Why we can't
I
have
got you.
nice things.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh no.
if you want to, like, I'll let you start at the top of that tree if you want.
I would rather die.
You're gonna get vine whipped
How,
down.
how would he get down? How tall is that?
Let's hold on, let's find out.
Right here.
It is at least 10 feet tall, so you will take falling damage if you jump down.
If he
What if
does
I
the
can? I want to like
acrobatic
sit
checks.
on this branch, this like little halfway.
No,
That
it
little
doesn't
half.
work.
I mean, if it lets you put your model on there, yeah.
Like an owl.
Wouldn't you fall prone though? You just wouldn't take fall damage at 5 feet?
At 5 feet, I think yeah, you would fall prone, but not take falling damage.
All right,
At
measure
10
me
feet,
now.
you-
Measure it from the base.
Okay.
Are you okay? Wait.
That's what he
Before I
said.
check. Are you on creature snap to grid?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. To the base of your model, it's 7.8 feet.
You can even do my feet if you want.
I'll allow it.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
He's
We'll
a.
stay your 5 feet up.
Yeah, I've been impaled.
Oh, how he wants to be a bird.
Okay, everyone go ahead and roll initiative, and Caius, remember
Oh,
that you do have
Advantage.
Vigilant Blessing.
Yeet.
I'm going to set the scene after initiative has been appropriately rolled. I'm not just going to cold open with you're dying.
I got a 14. Wait, plus So I got a
Okay, that's good for you
15.
guys. 15. Okay, so that is
Cool.
a 15.
It's gonna be one of those nights, huh?
Holy shit! You're kidding.
Oh
No,
boy.
what's your total though?
5.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Oh yeah. So you guys are level 4 right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, just gonna go ahead and make sure that we're covering all of our bases. What did each of you guys take for your level 4 ability score improvement or feature? Because I do not personally remember what the
I
hell
didn't
took.
because I'm not level 4 in any one level yet. I'm 3 in Sorcerer 1 and
Right.
Monk.
Okay.
I didn't take one either because I took mine early on, which was the
fighting style.
the fighting style.
So
think I
that's
need a new spell,
functionally that is what you've taken at level 4
Yes.
here, and now it is official. Now the build is perfectly legal and functions.
I'm legal. Don't
Rubs
laugh
my
at
hands
that.
Do you
together.
remember what you took?
I took the same thing Finn took. Is it Warcaster? Is that it? No. What's it called?
Probably Warcaster.
I thought that was it.
Yeah.
Warcaster is a crazy good feature, so it's good that you guys have it. And Fen, you took Warcaster.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's
And Harvey,
requirement.
would you?
Sharpshooter.
Basically, sharpshooter. Okay, beautiful. And you've got that bow as well. You have that magic bow that does like extra damage to.
Shatter Spike.
What was it? It does extra damage to like non-living matter, or what? What was the wording of it? I don't
The
remember.
constructs? Is that?
Constructs, maybe. Hold on, I'm gonna try and. Just,
I don't.
I'm
have
gonna
it written
type
down. I
Shatter
don't know.
Spike into my Google Drive, and it's gonna pull up the document. It actually.
Okay.
Shatter Spike +1 to attack and damage rolls made with a weapon. If it hits an object, the hit is automatically a crit, and it can deal bludgeoning or slashing damage of your choice. Further, damage from non-magical sources cannot harm the weapon itself.
You should send that to me, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go ahead and. So it's gonna say that it's a longsword. It is not for you. It is a short bow. All right. Lumia, what did you roll for initiative?
11.
11. Beautiful. Billy, what did you roll for initiative?
A pool of 5.
Okay. What's your bonus to dexterity?
+1.
Okay. And then Moggs, what did you roll for initiative?
I got a 9.
A 9? Okay. Okay.
Man.
Don't worry, guys. 3 of you are going before the monster.
Oh my god.
That's
There's
kind
gonna
of
be a
scary.
monster.
Stop laughing.
Are we okay?
It's one of those fucking nights, I see.
The slow build up laugh got me, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it.
My wife!
Billy!
Oh my! I just realized you guys are like blasting out my audio.
Hold on, I'm gonna.
Oh no.
Good.
I'm going to
God.
do this. It's gonna look weird, but I just need this model in order to be able to show it on the initiative. I'm gonna put this in the corner. You don't need to pay attention to that.
Look at that weird looking flower.
I know, right? You get a brief
Stop.
look behind the curtain.
You'll make it insecure.
Oh my god!
All right. So
Shut the hell up.
plumeria flower. That's not what it's gonna be called. All right. give
It's
me just
called
a
the
moment.
plumbus.
Not the plumbus. I hate that.
I don't think we're supposed to like anything here.
There we go. If I hide it, can it still be seen? Yeah. Okay. So let me go ahead and introduce to you guys the scene that is splayed out before you. You followed the map that the wonderful halflings, I don't remember if they're halflings or gnomes, the wonderful short people have introduced to you so that you can find this place. The necrobloom is in abundance. Now, the necrobloom, by its very name, can probably be interpreted by the more magically inclined amongst you as a type of flower or a type of plant that blooms through the essence of necromancy, or as a consequence of necromancy, or spreading necromancy. And as you enter into this place, as you step first into this bog, you start to see why it is called the necrobloom. As in the center of this clearing, what surrounds you effectively being dense brush and difficult to traverse terrain, at the very center you see a spiraling mass of growing green vines that almost seem translucent in some capacity as they reach out and grip elements of the surroundings. They grip onto tree branches and onto roots and through the water and into the mud in order to infect the land around it. I would like, before we actually kick off into combat, for every person here to make a nature check in order to determine something about this creature before we begin. This check is going to be disproportionately high because I'm making all 5 of you roll.
Morning guide me.
Ooh. Wow. Okay. So this is a nature skill check. I'm going to go ahead and start from the top on the left. Harvey, what did you roll total for your nature skill check?
14.
14? Okay. Moggs, what did you roll?
16.
Lumia, what did you roll?
18 total.
18? Okay. Caius, what'd you roll?
I got an 18.
8? Well, damn. Billy, what'd you roll? What was that? You're muted.
Billy?
A 21.
21. Okay, so
Damn.
you needed a 20 or higher. One of you got a 20, and that is sufficient. Billy, you can choose how you wish to convey this information to the party, but as far
my
as
God.
you are aware, that plant is a ghost. Caius, it is your turn.
Oh.
There is a reason on the initiative it is called Ghostly Vines. The manner in which ghosts typically act in combat, they have a swath of resistances and immunities to conditions, and a a metric fuck ton of resistances to damage.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey guys, that thing looks kind of like spectral. Like, kind of like Lumia's armor type stuff, like a ghost.
Where is it?
It's a ghost.
Where?
The vines.
This is the creature right here.
Oh.
It doesn't look like a creature because it's not gonna move.
Plant
So I'll say that out loud.
Wait, so there's a plant spirit ghost?
I think so.
Well, that's a new one for me.
Whatever it is, you are seeing that it seems as though these vines have caught your presence and are beginning to whip towards you. So Caius, you are kicking us off. You see the imminent threat before you. If it's not dealt with, presumably the manner in which these vines are infecting the surrounding areas, you could very easily see that this could probably follow you through the swamplands behind you if you were to attempt to flee.
Anybody got Speak with Dead?
I mean, speak with dead maybe, but it is attacking you right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
It is combat. If you do not act, I will move forwards on the initiative until the creature goes, and it will attack you.
I will
Can
try
you
and
reach us though?
100%.
Oof.
Okay.
Can I try and grapple it?
Oh, okay. What's up?
Can I try and grab it
It is
in a grapple, or is it just gonna phase through me?
I mean, let's see. What's
You're
your
gonna-
movement speed?
Oh, I thought it was coming
It's 80
towards
it's
me
80
now.
feet from you. No, the creature
And
itself,
remember-
the actual source of the creature, which you can do damage to, is right there. If you are
Then-
not there, you cannot do damage to the creature.
And
Then what's
also
coming to me?
remember the
Vines. It's
little-
able to attack you from a distance. It
Are
is
the-
going to attack you.
the mushrooms are poisonous.
Yes.
Are the vines like? Do we know the position of the vines?
No,
I think it just
so
whip out.
let me establish this mechanically so that way everybody understands. It has a ranged attack with a range of 600 feet.
Oh,
Oh,
Those are
okay.
the vines.
Fuck.
okay.
It is able to reach you. That is why.
It's
That is
kind of
how
like
I am
pretty much like everywhere.
I am representing through flavor that the vines are coming towards you in order to lash out at you, but mechanically, on its turn, it has a 600-foot range. It can hit you.
What I'm
That's
imagining,
amazing.
what I'm imagining is it's just kind of like everywhere. Like these little patches are it.
Effectively, yes.
The ground is it.
It's listed as a melee weapon attack rather than as a ranged attack because it is not technically ranged. It is on a very technical level, a piece of the creature that is reaching out to attack you in melee.
This-
Cool.
With that in mind, Caius, it is your go.
Oh, I'm not sure how to proceed with this. Like, there's just ghostly vines reaching towards me.
My question: do you have axes?
I have nothing. I don't.
Oh, shit.
I'm barehanded.
Yeah, if anyone wants to make if anyone
Don't
wants
laugh.
to make
Don't
me
laugh at me.
If anyone wants to make another nature check, you can do so as an action to try to get more information about the creature. You ask me what information specifically you're looking for, and then make the check, and I will answer it according to the roll.
I remember we could go through the water to avoid some of the vines. We just can't step on any squares that have them in there.
Yeah, the squares with the mushrooms,
Mushrooms.
those are the
crystals.
problems.
I think I would prefer to avoid the water. Thank you.
What are you talking
don't-
about? I think when we kicked off last time, you were like, "Can I make this jump?"
Oh yeah, you want to
And
try
I
to
think-
jump?
What's your strength score?
My strength score, like modifier or score altogether?
Score.
It's an 18.
18, so you would end your jump like here. Which would put you in the water.
Even if I did, even if I shifted to increase my movement
Does
distance.
shifting increase your strength score?
No, it just increases my movement.
So, to make sure that you're aware of how jumping works in 5th edition, let me pull it up. Long
Wonderful.
jumps and high jumps are both according to your strength score, not your movement speed.
Ah,
You make a long
gotcha.
jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. Now, it is also important to note that you cannot jump more than you have movement speed. So if you were to like run all the way up here and you only had 10 feet of movement speed left,
Oh,
you can't
gotcha,
jump
gotcha.
18 feet, you can only jump 10.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well,
Well, you can at least get
Huh.
if you shift, you'll get that movement speed bonus and be able to go further.
That's true.
I could.
The water is difficult terrain without a swim speed. I will say that as well.
So if you
Oh,
land
so
on...
I can go through it. It's just I have less movement.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you were to make the jump, you would end your movement here, so it would take
So
you 5 feet to get out of the water.
Yeah, you just like sploosh and then
You
like
would
walk
effectively
out.
circumvent the water.
You know, this feels like bait, and it feels
It
like
is.
you want me to like. Okay.
There, I sent you a hypothetical as well.
Hypothetical.
What do you
A
mean?
hypothetical, and it's just a crudely drawn image of Caius.
Get out of my
being-
head.
like, Caius being whipped around by vines.
I don't think I can do that, Haru.
Suggestive vine grab anime poses.
Anyway,
Suggestive.
I can't. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before in my life, where I've seen
100% no. Feywin is an incredibly magical place with magical plants, but you've never seen infected magical plants.
This one's
There's
a new
there's
one
a
for me.
purity to the lands of Feywin that unironically prevents this type of thing from happening. So seeing this, it is almost like if something like this were to happen in Feywin, it would be apocalyptic for them.
Oh, oh God.
Oh.
Hang on, let me see something. I want to see how far this is.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 would put you
Okay.
here.
Okay, 30 would put me here.
Yep, 30 would put you
And
right there.
then let's see. What's this? I want to see from here to.
So you
okay,
can go
so-
5, 10, and then you can make your 15-foot jump to put you here.
Oh, I'm not jumping. Nothing. I'm checking something else. How do I clear that?
Okay.
How do I clear this?
I don't know.
Oh, there's a lot of. I'm fucking up.
What are you
Hang
doing?
on.
What is
I'm.
this?
Hang on. Do I press?
Try
Oh, I
pressing
can press
F.
escape. Escape. Okay. So from here though, to there. This is 40 feet. I'm still not going to be able to do that. Dang it.
What are you trying to do?
I have produce flame and I could throw it 30 feet, but
Okay. So you effectively on this turn you will, if you like,
So if
were
any-
to use a dash action, you could get here, and then that would be too far out of range. But if you were to use your dash
Right.
action and end your turn like here, that wouldn't you would no longer have an action.
stop trying to put me in the water.
It would be funny.
That's
I am-
so
I am-
It's really hysterical. It's really hysterical when there's nothing in the water and there's no problem.
Look here, as a fire ganassi, I don't like water. That is
not.
and
I don't
whatever.
understand.
Don't be such
Regardless,
a baby.
I'm going to move here because I can move 35 feet.
Hell
So,
yeah.
but seeing something like this is gonna want
Hold
me
an
to,
action.
huh? Yes, actually, I do.
Sorry, it would be immediate like, huh?
Leave me alone.
Yes. Would you like to
I
hold
do.
an action?
I do want to hold an action, yes. But before then, I am going to rage because this is like more so setting off his fucking senses since this is something new he has never encountered before.
I would say more so than many of the others. This might set off Caius's fight or flight, just as a consequence of like this. This doesn't really exist on the mainland.
This, I don't think I don't know about you guys,
This
but
doesn't
none
really-
of this is like normal.
None of this is real.
None of this is real. So yes, I will rage, but I
So
will
you'll
also.
rage. What action would you like to hold?
You know what? I think.
Now I will.
Well,
I will iterate again. The creature itself has 0 movement speed. It cannot move.
Correct.
So it's
But
not going to come any closer to you. If you want to,
I have
actually, there is an action that you could take called the dodge action, which says attacks against you have disadvantage until your next turn.
Oh, didn't know
It's
that.
just a solid
That's
defensive
nice to know.
action.
All right. Then yes, I will probably hold a. Now, another question: Is this we don't know yet, but are the vines able to like be are we able to physically interact with them, or
You
We
can
don't know that
physically
yet.
interact with the vines. Interacting with the vines will not do damage to the creature.
Okay, that's fine. All right, just wanted to make sure. All right, I'm going to hold my produce flame action.
Okay.
Because if there's one thing that I do know is that plants don't like fire.
That is very true. However, I will.
That's what Caius is thinking.
Okay. Hell yeah. I will go ahead and say that the trigger for this could be when, like, if vines attempt to grapple you, or if vines have successfully grappled you, you could attempt to ignite them with the produce flame as that action.
Mm-hmm.
I think that absolutely would work.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Beautiful. So that is everything that Caius has. Caius now has you have your reaction available to use your held action. Lumia, it is your turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna try something. And
you want me to enable flying on you?
no, actually. I'm gonna play a little more conservatively.
What's your maximum hit points right now?
Okay, well, alright, that's fine. I think it's like 27, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's just,
That is a crazy question to ask.
That's wild, actually.
Look at him.
What do you want me to tell your family?
As of my 3rd level in Cleric, I got a funny little spell called Moonbeam. And it has a range of 120 feet.
It does indeed.
And I'm wondering if, like, I can cast that from here.
Almost certainly. If I had to, here, let me just, like, check for clarification. Bam. Yes, 100%. In fact, you can center it on the entirety of the creature that has a 0-foot movement speed.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cast a fat Moonbeam.
Let me go ahead, and it is a 5-foot radius, which is
40 foot high, I think.
yeah.
Oh my
I'm
god.
going to turn this into an AoE marker, and then I'm going to try to move it. What the fuck is happening? I can no longer move it. Okay, well, fuck you then. Let's put it on the creature then. Turn into AoE marker. I'm going to rename this to Moonbeam. Do you have a particular color you would like it to be?
I would love to know what this looks like.
Yeah.
You already know. I want it to be a pale blue if possible, actually.
Pale blue? Does this work?
Hell yeah, gamer.
This is the only blue that's available.
Yeah, I love that.
Wonderful. Let me put it on the initiative. Just like asked you. It's not. That's not actually where it is on the initiative, but just to signify that you have a moonbeam up, that's where we're going to go ahead and place it. Go ahead and tell us what this looks like.
So, Moonbeam, she's real pretty. I'm gonna say that Moonbeam. Actually, I want it to manifest almost as like a spectral visage of a full moon itself, just descending gently from the heavens to settle on its appointed foe.
Hell yeah.
Caius' eyes go wide. And he's like, guys, this plant's doing something. It's summoning the moon. I don't understand.
You are doing radiant damage to this creature, and as the radiant energy of this beam descends from the heavens itself, from the relatively cloudy sky above, where a moon had not once shone but now does, you are watching the vines that are in the immediate vicinity of where the creature itself is start to whip violently against the surface surrounding it as it is being burnt. Let me go ahead and check. Moonbeam, when does it do damage? When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain. So at the beginning of its turn, it has to make a Constitution saving throw, or it will take 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save.
Yup.
Guys, I don't think it likes what it did. I don't quite understand.
So
That
that's
is the
your
point.
action.
Why? Why is it hurting itself?
Oh,
Fully convinced
Oh, no.
The creature has done that.
Why is it there?
Caius, that's a spell, buddy. I did that. It's not hurting itself. I'm hurting it.
We have a lot to discuss. You can summon moons now.
We'll talk about that later. For my
Whatever it
bonus
is, keep it up.
action,
For your bonus action.
I'm feeling very cautious. I actually did not want to be up this early in the initiative for numerous reasons.
So not to like detract from you potentially casting Moonbeam, but if you so desired, you could delay your turn before doing anything. Delaying your turn literally just pushes you back in the initiative until you say that you want to go.
That is a good option. I'm gonna stick with what I've done, but for my bonus action, I think I'm gonna move, I think.
So you're gonna use your movement to move?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Whoa.
Yeah. Fuck. Where do I even want to go? All options seem
I think there's
insane.
like a solid place like right here.
yeah, no, that looks great, man.
Yeah.
Look at the pretty mushrooms.
Personally, I'd go like right here, like behind Caius.
I think
just,
everyone's
like,
gonna
push
funnel
Caius
through there.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in anyone's way.
I do think that you guys have recognized the very obvious path through the mushrooms. That
Can I ask a question about is the vine attack? Is it a single target attack? Is it like an AOE?
It's a single
cone?
target.
Okay.
We're about to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, this feels wasteful. Like, I don't necessarily want to do anything. I just want to be right here, and I don't know that I want to summon Xirathrian in case we need him later.
Yeah, if you want to just end your turn, you absolutely can. There's nothing wrong with action pass. You know?
Okay, I'm gonna end my turn.
Hell yeah. A Moonbeam, very solid spell to put on this creature. The moment it begins its turn, it will be trying to save against 2d10 radiant damage. Moggs, it is your turn.
So Moggs is split second behind Lumia and Caius, but goes, "Don't worry, guys, I got this," and just barrels forward, skittering over Caius with Webby.
Effectively extendo spider legs going straight over you, Kaya.
Moggs. Moggs, what do you-
And then that's the move, and then as bonus action, we'll instruct Webby to do a dash.
Hell yeah.
So that's 10, 20, 30, 40.
And I will also say getting into difficult terrain is double movement, but getting out of difficult terrain is not. So if you wanted, if in future turns, just for reference for everybody, moving out of this water will cost you 5 feet, but moving into it costs you 10.
And then I will take the dodge action.
Hell yeah. Okay, a very solid turn. You guys immediately see Moggs galloping at a breakneck pace, both over land, over Caius, and through the water to get to this creature. Although caution has not been tossed to the wind, as it very obviously seems like they're aware of the fact that its turn is next. Okay.
Moggs, are you sure you want to be in the water right now? She's fine, guys.
So what is the saving throw DC for your spells, Lumia?
Oh god, that's a great question. What is the spell save DC? It's 14.
14. Okay, so it must make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw. I will tell you right now that it has a +2.
Great.
It rolled.
It
7.
fails.
Yeah!
Go ahead and roll 2d10 damage, and I will tack that onto its.
Let's see double tens right now.
Yeah.
No way. Oh,
Okay.
That's not
Still solid.
It's okay.
God.
Could have been worse.
Beamed.
So, Blammo. Okay, a very solid chunk of damage has been taken out of this creature's health pool as it begins its turn, writhing from the instantaneous reaction of the party in being able to very effectively respond to the threat that this creature presents. It is going to take its action to attack using its constrict ability. And it is going to target, I believe, it's gonna target two of the people who have gone. As of right now, Billy and Harvey really haven't moved yet. You've gotten into position, but you haven't like made an action that would be threatening to the creature. I am going to say that there is a level of perhaps not sentience, but like animalistic acknowledgement that these vines seem to have about the source of the moonbeam. And it is going to use one of its 2 attacks to attack Lumia. The other of its 2 attacks, I believe it is going to use on either Caius or Moggs. I'm going to go ahead and roll a d20. Evens is Caius, odds is Moggs. Odds is Moggs. So 1 attack against Lumia and 1 attack against Moggs. Moggs, this has disadvantage against you.
Bring it.
What is your armor class?
17.
17. Let's go ahead and take a look. So a natural 20,
Ooh.
which is then brought
Sweet.
to an 11, which, with its bonuses, it does hit you.
Oh,
Oh,
Hey, it's not a crit.
That is
true.
a huge benefit.
shit.
And then this attack against
with
Lumia.
its bonuses is crazy.
What is your armor class, Lumia?
19.
Let's get it.
Take a look. So a 12 on it. With its bonuses, it hits you.
That's
Holy
insane. That's actually
It's-
insane.
In fact, I will go ahead and let you know right now that
It's
that
a-
was exactly what it needed. It has a +7 to hit.
Okay. Good.
So on a hit, you each take 1 piercing damage and 2d6 plus 3 acid damage. So this will be for Moggs. So Moggs, you are taking a total of 11 acid and 1 piercing, so 12 damage.
Oh my god.
And
What's
Lumia,
your health?
you are taking
Hang
a
on a
total
second,
of
right there.
11 damage.
11. My god, bro. Okay.
In addition, there's something else once you guys
Oh,
have calculated
fuck.
your health.
Huh? What do you mean?
And then
I'm-
there's more.
Going to use my reaction to cast Absorb Elements.
Oh yes!
Ooh.
I was hoping you had absorb elements prepared. Oh my god. Okay. Let me pull it up. Absorb elements. So you
So I have
capture the
resistance
damage.
against acid
That's
until the
so
start of my
huge.
next turn.
That is so huge. Yeah. So it's a reaction in which you would take acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage. You have resistance to the triggering damage type until the start of your next turn. Also, the first time you hit with a melee attack on your turn, the target takes an extra d6 damage of the triggering type, and the spell ends. So in this case, the acid damage that was being dealt to you was 11, so it is being halved to 6, and then you are taking 1 piercing, so that reduced the damage from like 13 to 7.
Got it.
And then Lumia, you're taking 10 acid and 1 piercing for a total of 11.
Okay.
So what is this? This is like a tentacle smashing me?
I will explain in just a moment once
Oh, okay. Sorry.
health totals have been calculated. Is everybody ready to
Yes.
continue with the effect? Okay. These vines from the creature, these ghostly tendrils that are reaching out, you see they have these thorny barbs jutting out from it, which seems somehow more corporeal than the rest of the vines themselves. Not only reach out to whip into all of you, but they wrap around you in such a way to restrict your movements and abilities. You are grappled. Both of you are grappled. There's no check that you make to determine whether or not you are grappled. You are simply grappled right now. You can escape as an action on your turn to attempt an athletics check against the creature's DC to try to get out, but otherwise, you're just grappled. Until this grapple ends, you are also restrained and will take 1 stack of necrobloom at the beginning of each of your turns.
Well, I'm dying here.
My
So,
Stars.
just so that way you guys are aware of what both of these conditions do, the grappled condition makes it to where your speed is 0. That's really all it does. The restrained condition says that your speed becomes 0. You have disadvantage on attack rolls. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
I don't think we're supposed to be fighting this.
Now, after having made its 2 constrict attacks, it is going to use its Whipping Vines ability. This is not an attack. All creatures currently grappled by the ghostly vines must make a DC 14 strength saving.
What is happening?
I would like for both of you to make a strength saving throw. You guys are 5 people fighting 1 monster. I have to make it challenging.
Oh,
That's fair, but
I
All
believe in
this
you
at
all.
once is crazy.
That's all it's doing on its turn.
So, how I am mounted technically?
So it's going to be
grab-
pulling you off of Webby.
Okay.
I am more than okay with ruling it as both you and Webby are grappled. But
It's gonna
that's,
pull you apart like pyramid.
that's
head.
something that you would have to make the determination of. If you do,
It'll
I
been-
will allow it to pull the 2 of you simultaneously.
it would have been so cool if it was like Webby did ejectocito
the way that in flavor it is working for Moggs is that Moggs has Webby on like a backpack, but mechanically Moggs is mounting Webby, and
Yeah.
the way that mounting rules work is anything that you expect to work if someone is riding on a horse's saddle, that is exactly how
Gotcha.
it functions. So if Moggs is grappled and then yanked in a direction, then Moggs is pulled off of Webby.
and then Webby's free to roam.
Functionally, although I imagine one of the things Webby's going to do on their turn is probably go get Moggs. Okay, so Moggs, what total did you roll?
Well, I have a -2 to strength, so
Holy shit. So I assume that's a fail.
yeah. What did you say the DC was?
14.
Yeah. I rolled a
Do
10.
you want
Or I
Webby
got a
to
10.
be grappled too, or do you want Webby to be free to roam? I will be explicit in stating that if Webby is also grappled, they will also suffer the same consequences you do for being grappled, which is restrained and a stack of necrobloom at the start of each turn. The necrobloom counts as a disease, so if they're immune to diseases, then they can't get it. But
Oh,
otherwise,
They are immune to charmed, exhaustion, poison, and poison damage.
unfortunate. Goddamn. Weird that they're not immune to disease.
So, is it doing a forced movement as well?
It will be doing forced movement as a consequence of this saving throw. Lumia, what did you roll?
Unfortunately, it's a 13 total.
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hurts.
it will be moving you guys 20 feet in a direction of its choice.
Sick. Good thing I didn't move before.
So I have to make an athletics check to escape the grapple in prison. Is someone able to externally
Attack the
aid?
vines? Yes. As someone from the outside can go and attack the vines have a very low armor class, they have very low hit points. But you yourself are actually not able to attack the vines because of the manner in which they're grappling you.
All right, then I'll do the gamer move and I'll get pulled off Webby.
Hell yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and sort Lumia's out first. They're going to move you 5, 10, 15, 20 into the mushroom.
Son of a bitch.
You do immediately suffer from 1 stack of necrobloom, so make sure to add that onto wherever you're keeping track of necrobloom stacks. You have 1 now. As for Moggs, let's keep using that Moggs model
Remember,
to
we have
signify...
antitoxin.
Oh shit, that's right. You've got the fucking, what's it called? You can like swap your models. What do you want to use to represent Webby? You just want to use a normal spider?
I think we were using my current one to represent Webby and my old standing one to represent me.
Okay, let me go ahead and pull it up. I have both Moggs Sans Webigale and Moggs on the unique creatures. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. So this is you, and then this is Webby.
Yep.
It is going to move you 5.
I forgot how small
15.
the original model was.
It is going to move you straight into the water. What's your Constitution score total?
That doesn't get slowed down by being difficult terrain.
No, this isn't movement. This is just pulling you in a direction.
Okay. Would you ask me?
What's your Constitution score?
Score 15 plus 2.
Plus 2. Okay. You are probably going to be fine. You can survive 2 minutes underwater, but the moment that you attempt to cast a spell that requires verbal components, you begin drowning at the beginning of your next turn, which means you reduce to 0 hit points instantly. So keep that in mind. While you're under the water here, don't cast verbal spells. just put that out there. That
Oh my god, dude.
is going to end its turn. That's its whole turn. It does 2 attacks and then moves you. Billy, it is your turn.
Are you guys okay?
Okay.
Necrobloom is a disease, right?
Necrobloom is a disease, yes.
Okay.
We will go over the effects of Necrobloom the moment that somebody begins their turn with Necrobloom stacks. Which, as far
How
as I understand,
mysterious.
it's going to be Lumia.
By the way, everyone should have an antitoxin.
Yep.
Not me.
Would that work
you.
on Necrobloom?
Let me take a look.
Yeah.
Saving throws against poison for 1 hour.
You have advantage on saving throws against poison for 1 hour. I will probably allow it to help you against Necrobloom, but I will say it will not be for an hour.
But
Because
wait.
Necrobloom being disease in particular would typically get around that. But if you wanted
Didn't
to
we buy
consume
these for the necrobloom?
I seem to recall that you guys
Yeah,
did so.
but it was still poison, and I do have to ask about lesser restoration if we're considering it for the antitoxin, because that also covers poison, but not disease.
It also covers a disease, yeah. You touch a creature
Does it?
can end 1 disease or
Oh,
one
I
condition
missed it.
effect.
I'm stupid. Thank you.
No, you're fine. Lesser, I will say a casting of Lesser Restoration will remove all Necrobloom stacks from a creature, like, completely. So if they have, like, 20 stacks and you just go Lesser Restoration, they're gone. I will go ahead and allow the Antitoxin to provide advantage on saving throws against the Necrobloom for one of these 2 fights. So if you consume the Antitoxin now, you will not have it for the second fight. Is that
Okay.
is that comp? Is
What
that
if I just drink like half of it?
Then I'll give you half of advantage.
You get a half a stack of Necrobloom.
We're rounding up though, so.
Oh, good.
All right, Minnie, what you
Okay,
doing?
I'm looking.
So just
Oh,
so
yeah,
everyone
I'm so
is.
sorry. I have one other thing that I need to actually ask for somebody to do. Lumia, you need to make a concentration check to hold concentration on Moonbeam.
It's a concentration spell?
Concentration up to 1 minute. The DC, fortunately enough, is just 10. It's the lowest that it can be because it didn't roll more than 20 damage.
Fuck.
And you get advantage.
Do I get it? I'm so confused. What am I rolling? Am I doing a
here.
D20?
Yes, it is a D20. You're adding your Constitution score to this, so a concentration check is a Constitution saving throw. The DC is either 10 or half of the damage that you took, whichever is greater. In this case, it did not do more damage to you than 20, which would 22 would increase the saving throw. It only did like 11 to you. So the DC is 10 for this saving throw. If you fail the saving throw, Moonbeam is lost. If you succeed the saving throw, you still have Moonbeam active.
Okay. I gotcha.
And you do have advantage on this because you took
Oh.
the Warcaster feature.
Shit, well, there's that first one, and, oh, well, you know what? We don't need the second one. We don't need the second one.
Go ahead and roll it and see if you roll a natural 20. Just on the second one.
There's no
I'll give you a special bonus if it does.
That would be hilarious.
Oh my god!
Cursed!
Oh my, I'm lightheaded. Hold on, give me a second.
That was wild.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
What just happened?
That was biblical.
That was cool.
So wild. In a matter befitting a twist of fate, Lumia manages to avoid dropping concentration on Moonbeam when they get gripped by these vines and then yanked into the Necrobloom spores. Also, just so that way flavor is established here, the moment that you are like yanked into the Necrobloom, you're not pulled prone or anything, but you are like bound by the arms kind of deal.
Okay.
These mushrooms begin to pop and explode, and it's not like pus or anything is coming out. Spores are emerging into the air, and as you breathe them in, you have the distinct feeling that this is bad. The consequences for which will emerge at the beginning of your turn. What did you have to mention to us, Sven? I'm so sorry.
Oh, right. So that everyone is clear, so I can have Webby hopefully rescue myself from the vines. However, if Webby does it, I will not have a turn. By nature of her working independently, she goes after my turn, so my turn will be gone by the time she goes.
That is true.
So
it may behoove of having either Harvey or Caius or someone come in there to try to rescue you.
Where's Mog's at?
In the
I
water.
can't see her. Like,
Here, hold on. Let me turn the torch on. Oh, that didn't help. They're here.
oh,
They're in the water.
I see you.
The vines
Oh
pull
my
straight
God.
into the water.
Oh no.
I got you.
For
I got
context,
you.
This is the danger of the water, Caius.
Drowning.
Yes.
so
The
it's
spellcaster's in there and they cast a spell with verbal components, they drown.
Oh my.
Uh,
Okay.
This is terrifying.
All right. So, Billy.
I am. Let me look at my features.
Quirked up seal girl.
I will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I want to get Moggs out.
You can attack the vines.
Can
I
still
will go ahead and say
see-
I have a ruling here that states that it is a melee attack that would have to break the vines. I'll allow a ranged attack, but if you miss, you're hitting Moggs.
I would like to magic missile.
Magic missile the vines?
Yeah, I will.
How many of the missiles are you throwing into the vines? Because it does have a health pool.
I will throw 2,
Okay. So
and
two
then I'll
magic
do
missiles.
1 into the thing itself.
The thing itself.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so go ahead and roll the damage for into the thing itself first, just so we can get that out of the way, and then roll the damage for.
So that's
Was that for
6 total
for who?
for the vines that are grappling Moggs.
Okay, that's the inverse of what I asked, but that's fine.
Oh shit! Sorry. What'd you ask?
It doesn't matter.
Was it gonna be better?
No, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It was just to make my job
Okay.
easier. Let me look,
Okay.
look at something real quick. Okay, so this is gonna sound silly. You bloodied the vine.
Oh come on!
It's not broken.
So
Damn!
close.
I can't even
I'll-
do it
I'll
with
just-
all 3
I'll just-
magic missiles.
I will just go ahead and tell you, the vines have 10 health.
That's crazy.
They also have a damage threshold of 5. So if your cumulative damage is less than 5, it actually does 0 damage. In this case, I'm allowing the magic missiles to be combined into one chunk of damage, even if they are technically separate. I don't care. Now go ahead and roll the d4 into the creature itself.
I'm assuming the creature itself has it too. Then that's shit. What? Okay.
Nice.
That was a little weird.
Okay, so a
So
good
does
chunk
it
of
have a
to the
damage
creature.
threshold?
I mean, you do damage to it. You see the magic missile makes purchase.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that'll be my action.
Okie dokie. Do you have any other? Or you've already used your full movement, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I'm sorry,
Uh,
Moggs.
Harvey, it is your turn. I'm not gonna penalize you for getting down from the tree, by the way.
Penalized.
Okay,
If you
good. Okay, good. I was worried.
do- You're prone. You're dying. A wormhole opens up on this square when you jump down, and you get siphoned to a different dimension.
Honestly, that would probably be better. I'd probably be the only one that gets out alive.
I was just gonna say it's par for the course for like a Harvey moment in combat, because it feels like Harvey's moments in combat are like you do something truly fantastic and do a shit ton of damage, and then for the rest of the fight you're getting like sat on by a monster or something.
I'm just getting beaten up. Okay, I want to measure something real quick.
Come on, Harvey.
From the base.
What are you measuring?
From the base, yeah. Oh, that is the wrong... Let's see how far away.
So that's Webby.
That's Webby.
Here, let me help with this. Moggs is underneath this spot of water.
Oh, so I could theoretically see...
You absolutely can.
Okay.
Ranged attacks, I will say, going through water will have disadvantage.
Right.
And similar to what I mentioned to Minnie, a miss means hitting Mog.
Now, does sharpshooter cancel out the disadvantage?
Let me read sharpshooter and find out.
I don't think it does.
Attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage on your ranged weapon attack rolls.
The underwater
Or
rule.
half and 3/4 covered. You know what? I'm gonna let, for this combat, I may not let this carry through in future combats, but for this combat, I'm gonna allow your ranged weapon attacks ignoring half and 3/4 cover to cover this.
Okay.
So I'll let you make the attack roll flat rather than disadvantage.
Ooh. All right.
Do you want to take a -5 penalty to the attack roll to do +10 damage?
No, because it's got low health already from Billy, and if I miss, I'd probably kill Moggs.
This is also. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. What's your
I'd
weapon?
live.
Shatter Spike.
Right, and it
No, I'd
does.
win.
It does automatic critical hits to what?
Objects.
Okay, this counts as an object.
Does it? The
Yes, it
vine
does.
or the plant itself? The whole
The
thing.
vine counts as an object. Unfortunately, the plant itself. Unfortunately, you don't.
Yeah, okay.
Instantly obliterate the creature itself. But I will say, there's a reason why I made these vines objects, because I just gave you that.
Okay. I definitely want to attack the vine.
Hell yeah. It's a crit. Do you want to roll damage?
Yes.
So this has your sneak attack because you have an ally adjacent to the
Did I roll
vines.
to hit it?
No need. It's an automatic critical hit because of Shatter Spike.
Oh. All right.
Let me just check to make sure. Oh, sorry. If it hits an object, the hit is automatically a critical hit. You do need to roll. My bad.
Okay.
I
Shouldn't have said
misremembered
anything.
how nuts the item was. No, it's. I appreciate the honesty.
Strike true.
That hits anyways. Its armor
Alright.
class is also
Nice.
done.
All right. So that's a D6 plus 4.
D6 plus 4 plus your sneak attack, which is 2d6 because Moggs is adjacent to the vine technically. So you roll the 3d6 and add it all together.
You keep adding D6.
Just add these numbers up flat. So that's 13. And then the minimum damage that you could have had before was going to be 6, 12, 18, plus 4, 22. So you're doing 35 damage to the vine.
Let go of them right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Moggs, you are released from the vine instantly. I don't know a better way to describe the fact that an arrow hit the vine in such a way to where it disintegrates. The Shatter Spike does have a unique magical property to it that does extra damage and critical hits to objects of this variety. Oh yeah, I will actually ask, what damage type are you doing to the vine? Bludgeoning or slashing?
Me?
Yeah.
It's Pierce.
It is piercing, however, if it hits an object, it can deal bludgeoning or slashing damage to the
Oh,
object.
you're so right. I would
If
like to
you
do
want it.
slashing.
Hell yeah. Okay, so you're revealing that one of the only physical damage resistances it does not have is slashing. This also holds true for the creature itself. You watch as the arrow strikes, it almost looks as though this spiral line fracture goes all the way down the vine, through the ground the vine came out of, and up towards the creature to where that
Oh my
vine is
God.
gone. That vine is cut into a very thin ribbon.
In
as a
my
consequence
mind,
of the arrow
it's
hitting.
like the same color as like heat lightning, like
Oh,
like a
100%.
pale green.
Yeah. And the deed is done. Moggs is free. Do you have anything else that you'd like to do on your turn? Or do you want to stay in your bird's
as-
nest?
I'm gonna stay in my nest.
Hell yeah. Actually, do you have anything you want to do for your bonus action? I think
I
you can technically hide. You don't know what
Yes.
senses the vines have.
I'm gonna try to meld into the branch that I'm sitting on.
Fuck it. Go ahead. Make a stealth check.
Okay.
Using
Using my
there's
Kenku recall.
hell yeah. There is a roll here that will. Oh Jesus. Yeah, you're hidden.
Okay.
What's your bonus to stealth?
5.
Yeah, 24. That's gonna do it. You're You don't know where
Tree,
Harvey went.
Mr. Tree.
You guys aren't really sure. Harvey was in the tree 1 second, now Harvey's gone. There's like some raven or something that's there where Harvey used to be, but that's not Harvey.
He morphs into an actual bird.
A like weirdly realistic looking raven.
Oh my
Does
god.
that end your turn?
Yes, yes.
Very solid. Caius, you have watched Moggs get yanked from Webby, pulled into the water, an arrow obliterating the vine that pulled them into the water. Lumia has been pulled into Essence of Necrobloom behind you. You're starting to see some of the spores in this section of Necrobloom start to kick up. The creature itself is still being harried by the Moonbeam.
Okay, so since that's being dealt with, I'm thinking I'm gonna run back and try to free Lumia.
If you would like to.
Yes, I would.
Hell yeah.
Gonna run back this way.
Yeah, let me check to see. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We'll get you right there.
Oh, there's another square. There it is. Okay.
You've fallen for my trap! No, that's a joke.
There's no mushrooms here.
Okay,
It's bad because I didn't look when I put it there, and I was like, there could have been mushrooms here. All right, so
I'm not gonna hit you with a gotcha and then like root you to the spot. It's your turn. If you want to go back,
that's crazy work. But you said I gotta.
This is fine.
All right, then I'm just gonna go ahead and try to rip these vines off.
So you have to make an attack roll. The damage that you need to do is a minimum of 5, and it has 10 hit points that you're trying to do to it.
Okay.
It is an armor class of 10, so it's not going to be the world's most difficult vine to hit.
I just imagine Caius slipping and hitting me right in the face.
Said, hold still, don't move. This is delicate work.
I know, like, in flavor, you're definitely ripping the vines apart, but I really do like to imagine that... Oh, Jesus. What's your bonus to hit?
My bonus to hit is...
I'm praying.
My bad, it's +7. It's a 10.
Holy shit. Thank God. That is exactly a hit. That is what you needed. That's why I was like, please don't be a 6.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your damage for your weapon attack, or for your fists. Again, aware that you're ripping them apart, I just like to imagine you walk up to Lumia, you're like, hold on. You just start punching the vines.
Pretty much.
Oh, you're using.
I mean, not really.
To do this, so you're using a D8, right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
And what's your bonus on this damage?
My bonus is +5.
+5, and now your rage damage bonus
is
increases
+2.
that to +2. So that's
+7 altogether.
That is exactly what you need to destroy the vines.
I just started shredding into them because I've got my rage claws out.
Yeah, Lumia, you know what? Let's like add a little bit of flavor to this. Lumia, you've seen Caius fight several times at this point, and in more recent combats, Caius has demonstrated a type of rage you have not yet seen from him. You've been traveling together for a couple of months, and the sort of wreathed in flames appearance that some of the more recent rages that he has had, have had, not typical. How do you think Lumia feels being completely restrained and having a flaming, raging Caius turn to face you and approach you rapidly to rip these vines off?
Honestly, I think she's gonna be like, what a man.
Yes!
It is instantaneous. Caius, even though you are in a rage, you have the wherewithal to identify the basest point of the vine itself, rather than just trying to rip the vines themselves off. You find this basest point, grip it at both ends, and rip it immediately, and it falls off of Lumia like a rope.
Gotcha. What are these mushrooms? How do you feel? It looked like you got gassed earlier.
I feel a little lightheaded. Thank you for your help.
As Lumia, your turn is coming up here soon. As you begin to speak, both you and Caius recognize you have a very brief moment of a coughing fit, and a black sludge is coming out of your mouth.
You're what now? You said, what did you say?
Black sludge is coming out of Lumia's mouth.
Ew.
She's coughing it up. As of right now, it's just spittle. But as stacks of necrobloom mount, it's going to get more and more difficult for Lumia to speak.
Please tell me this is just another one of your tricks.
No, I think these mushrooms are making me sick.
What kind of trick is that?
Well, she's been summoning boyfriends and a moon.
Halloween!
Okay.
Yes,
Gotcha.
Summoning boyfriends, black sludge.
I know it's.
I
kind of
really
so
love Caius because, for all he knows, yeah, that very well could be another one of your tricks. But
Classic
Lumia's
Lumia spitting up again.
What the fuck are you talking about?
God. So I guess once she says the mushrooms, I'm gonna look down at them, and I can't do anything else because I use my.
You still have 10 feet of movement.
I do, but as long as the moon is over there, I'm not worried about that because I saw what it did the first time. I'm gonna let it handle it. It's these mushrooms I kind of want to clear out now. But I can't.
Try to clear out these mushrooms. Boy, howdy. Good
They will
lord.
clear you out.
Yeah.
Clearing these mushrooms out is synonymous with killing that vine monster.
Oh, understood.
It's so I think that you guys have been informed, at least at the very beginning, that there is a creature that is traveling through the swamplands that is infecting it with necrobloom. This looks like a source of like immediate necrobloom energy, but it is not the source of the necrobloom. It is a contributor to it, but not the primary source. So after this is done, you guys will have to hunt down the monster causing this.
Gotcha. Well,
But if you were to destroy this vine monster, it would create a sort of like brief respite wherein you guys can take a short rest and maybe recoup things that have been lost.
Gotcha. If that is the case, after seeing what happened with the vines and everything, it's probably better to like Kaiser in his head is probably gonna like run like a defense type thing to where just in case anybody gets grabbed, he can be there.
Hell yeah.
And like I can't really get to Mog, so I just try to get to the one I can.
This is going to... Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to like move into a different position while you have the opportunity? You just want to stay here?
Well, I'm gonna stay here because there's like mushrooms all around me, and I want to be next to at least one person. If I get grabbed or they get grabbed.
Hell yeah. Roger that. Okay, so that will be ending Caius's turn and bringing us to Lumia. So, Lumia. The mushrooms trigger when you move into them or when you start your turn in the mushrooms. You're starting your turn in the mushrooms. You now have 2 stacks of necrobloom. You are no longer grappled by the creature, which would have put you to 3, which I consider the danger zone. You're not in the danger zone right now. Because you have 2 stacks of necrobloom, you are going to be taking 1d4 plus 1 damage. Or 1d4 plus 2, sorry. It's the number of stacks that adds to the damage.
Wait, what kind of damage?
Acid damage.
Oh.
So this is 4 acid damage that is being dealt to you as of right now.
Okay, so I have
Because
12 health
another instance of damage has been dealt to you, that's another concentration check that you need to make.
Are you able to kill yourself next turn, Lumia?
now.
To heal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard it too.
What did you think I said? Kill?
Yeah.
I mean,
I heard heal.
I think the monster will do it for me,
Thanks,
Billy.
Haru. Thank you. I said heal, not kill.
Kill!
Heal him.
Oh my god.
So go ahead and make another advantage concentration check, just as before. The DC is 10. Okay, 16
Nice.
plus whatever your bonus constitution of is going to be more than enough. You are safe. You are good. Warcaster already coming in clutch.
Yes.
And now it is your turn.
Okay, well, the very first thing I'm gonna do is get the hell out of these mushrooms.
Very fair. I will go ahead and tell you that because you have started your turn in the mushrooms, this patch of mushrooms is not going to be triggered by you again, so you can move through them freely.
Okay, because I'm so glad you said that, because I was like, I don't know if I should move diagonally or just whatever.
I was just say here, I take Lumia and put it on the other side of
me. It is
me.
according with one exception, which you will discover if anyone enters it. The mushroom patches can only be triggered by one creature once, and then they're good. When you move into them or when you start in them, that is when they trigger. So, for instance, if you were to move out of this one and then step into this one, it would trigger this mushroom pile. You would get another stack, and then you can move through this one freely as well.
Oh, okay.
The only exception to that rule is the mushrooms that are around the actual creature itself. Every square counts as its own.
Okay.
So
Do they reset?
Yeah, they do reset. Like, so if Lumia, if you were to end your turn and then start your turn in the mushrooms again, it would trigger again.
Okay.
It's once per turn, once per round, whatever. I'm not gonna fuck you guys over with the difficult mechanic here. Oh, also to attempt to reduce your necrobloom stacks, Lumia, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. You'll reduce 1 stack on a success or 2 stacks on a success or 5 or more. The DC is 14. What is the total?
Oh shit. It's con, right? So that should be like my +1 from strength to that? Yeah?
Constitution.
Yeah.
So it'll be whatever bonuses that you have to your Constitution score.
Oh, I'm stupid. Yeah, it's still +1, so it's 19 total.
So that's a 19. That is a success of 5 or more. You have 0 necrobloom stacks.
Yay!
Wonderful.
Look at you just being healthy.
Wow!
It was one of your tricks, huh?
You say that as though they're not at 12 health.
Oh yeah, I am kind of dying right now.
So does the black sludge just kind of like go away?
Ew.
They have a brief moment where they start hacking up this black sludge, and you genuinely have like a pang of anxiety and fear for Lumia, where it's like, what's happening to Lumia? Then Lumia like wipes her mouth and is like, I'm fine.
I'm good. Don't worry, guys. Okay, so I wanna move. What is this? 5, 10, 15, 20. I
5,
wanna
10, 15, 20.
20. I wanna be right here. Can I be right here, guys?
5, 10, 15. Or hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yes, you can absolutely be there.
Okay, I would like to be here. That's okay with everybody.
Hold on. Let me just check to see if you're. What's the 20 foot that the creature can move you?
Mox is out of the vines, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You're good. You're safe. You're not in the danger zone.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, and like I know you guys are gonna be like, you have better healing spells. I know, but I won't get these back even if we short rest some of these necessarily. I think I'm actually gonna use my action to like cast Healing Hands on myself.
Actually, real quick, Lumia, I want to mention something to you. I just added it up. I know you're trying to stay 20 feet away from the mushrooms. 5, 10, 15, 20 can put you in the mushrooms. However, if you were on this square over here, that would be 5, 10, 15, 20, which would get you there. And then this would be 5, 10, 15, and then it cannot take another diagonal movement to get you there.
Oh.
So you'd be safe on this square.
Can I move over there, gamer?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I pointed it out, is because I was like, I can tell what Jinxie's trying to do here. Just like nudge her over to the left a little.
I'm gonna get you.
Lumia just kind of takes one more step to the right.
That's really
The
funny.
fucking vine monster just like points at its non-existent eyes and glares at you, like, pointing at, like, I'm watching you.
Escapes the combat entirely.
She's like, I want the shiny one.
No. Okay,
I like
so
the ones with the shells.
God. Healing Hands, number of D4s, baby, equal to your proficiency bonus, which is only 2.
It'll be 3 next level, so that's gonna get a bonus when you hit level 5.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I was trying to make sure the mic could pick up me sounding like Minnie.
It did.
Ew.
Okay, there's a 2 and a 3. 5 health. Very solid. Is it 5 plus something, or is it just...
Nah, it's just a flat 5.
I mean, that brought you from 12 to 17. I would say that's very solid.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else that you would like to do on your turn?
That's all that I can do, so I'm done.
Beautiful. Your moonbeam still persisting. The instances of damage that you have taken doing nothing to deter it. It seems kind of like the creature has a vested interest in trying to get the moonbeam off of it because of the fact that it can't fucking move Mox. So you're in the water, and Webbigail's up here.
Yeah.
If you need any help moving your model, tell me.
Okay. So remounting. So I can move 20 to be adjacent to Webby.
Let me check what the mounting rules are. I think it is half of your movement to mount. Mounting and dismount. Once during your move, you can only mount... But once during your move, you can mount a creature that is within 5 feet of you or dismount. Doing so costs an amount of movement equal to half of your speed. So if you don't have the half of your speed to spend, you won't be able to mount. If your speed is 30 feet, you must spend 15 to mount a creature. Therefore, you cannot mount if you do not have 15 feet of movement left, or if your speed is 0. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think... With Webby being uncontrolled, I don't think I have a way to get over there this turn. Then.
I will allow you to move Webby in tandem with you if you wanted to spend your bonus action to give Webby a command and tell them to, like, come get you. They can move, like, 5-10, and then you can move 5-10, and then use the rest of your movement to mount them. I am okay with allowing you to do that. It is your determination whether or not you want Webby to be independent or controlled as of right now.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that then.
Hell yeah. So Webby will move. Yeah, where do you want Webby to move, actually?
Where you did was perfectly fine.
Hell yeah.
I go there, and
you are mounting Webby. So I'll go ahead and delete Tiny Mox.
So that used 10, 25 of my move, and 10 of Webby's move.
Yes.
Does that...
what is your current health right now as well?
21.
21, beautiful. And what's your max health?
28.
28, beautiful. Yes, so Webby still has whatever their movement speed is, minus 10.
Okay, so we got my mounting out of the way, so now we can just resume Webby's normal movement?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
If anyone was ever curious, mounting rules are crazy good.
Did I need to make a save at the beginning of this, by the way? I have one necrobloom, right?
You would have taken the necrobloom stack if you started your turn with the vine grappling you, but you didn't, so you don't have any necrobloom.
Oh, I thought it gave me one.
It'll give you one at the start of your turn if you're still grappled by it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Cool. So then there's another 10 for 20, 25. And so I'm assuming it's the center floor exactly where the moonbeam is?
Yes. It's a little bit strange. It is a 2x3, so this is the 2 and this is the 3.
Okay. All right.
So it's a rectangle.
But regardless, if I'm gonna melee, I have to be up in one of the mushrooms.
Yeah, that's why I put them there.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, so then that's the...
Mogs!
That's the move. Okay, so
that will be one stack to both you and Webby. We'll flavor just by the nature of how this is that it's a different type of effect. It's a magical disease, so it's affecting Webby fucking somehow. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay. So I am going to take a swing with... Now...
Also, I don't want to deter you from doing this, Fen, but I do want to go ahead and mention something to you because I've established 2 different facts in this combat which are meant to combine into a crazy turn for the necrobloom. If he can grapple you, he can move you 20 feet. I've established that each of these 5-foot segments count as their own segment of mushroom. So if he were to grab you, he could then move you 5, 10, 15, 20 feet and give you 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks of necrobloom immediately.
Yep.
Do you accept the risks?
I understand.
Roger that. That's also important for Bear in case he gets in melee.
Hey man, say man.
Okay, so It can't move, but Booming Blade still is what I got for damage.
Hell yeah.
It's the same as doing a regular maul strike.
When
Yeah.
Bear gets in melee, it's gonna be dead.
So
One would hope.
my attack with Booming Blade is 16.
That is a hit.
Okay, so I do 2d6 regular bludgeoning and 1d6 acid.
So it has resistance to both bludgeoning and acid damage.
So I'm gonna
you
roll
can
all three.
Yeah, you can roll all of this collectively. Holy fuck.
Alright, I reroll ones.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
The acid damage, I believe, is also re-rolled. If, like, whichever one of these is acid, doesn't matter, because it is re-rollable. Much better.
Alright, so we got 6, 10, 15.
15, okay, and that would be halved to 8. Okay.
And then as my bonus action, I will have Webby do a force-empowered rend.
I'm more than okay with this, but you did technically... No, the bonus action just to, like, get Webby to move towards you. You could just say, move to me and then attack it, so that's, yeah, totally fine.
Oh, okay, so that's how you were saying. I thought that was still part of her regular move, because we continued her regular move afterwards.
Yeah, I'm just being silly. Normally you have to use a bonus action to command it to use its action, not to use its movement. That's my mistake.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So she's got a... What's her bonus to that? What is her bonus to that? I think it's just... I think it's my proficiency? My spell modifier. Okay. So that is a 13.
13, that is also a hit.
Okay. So she does
Creature with 0 move speed doesn't typically have a high armor.
1d8 plus, I believe her new passive is 1d6.
1d6 if you have taken damage, which I believe you have from the creature because of the grapple.
Because of the vines.
constriction. So yeah, it's an additional d6 damage of a type that the attack could initially deal.
So Webby is all extra angry and pointy at the moment and slashes out and does...
Ooh.
9 plus proficiency, so 11 force damage.
11 force damage. That is perfect for this fight. Yeah, you slam into the creature with the maul. You can recognize that the maul itself is being held back just by the very nature of the creature. It's like you're hitting a ball of like twine or something that's loosely bound with a hammer. It's not like doing very much. But then Webby comes in, and you guys kind of hear a visceral, like, growling roar from Webby as they come in. They're basically, and they fucking rip into these vines. You similar to how Caius tore open one of those vines on you earlier, Lumia, you watch the spider-like claws of Webby kind of scissor cutting these vines. Is there anything else that you have on your turn?
That's my move, action, and bonus.
It's crazy good.
Very nice.
Okay.
So I take it does not have resistance to force?
It does not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll also, like, I'll be forthcoming with what it has resistance to and what it does not have resistance to. It has resistance to acid, but not immunity. It has resistance to bludgeoning damage, but not immunity. You are also aware that slashing damage, it does not have resistance to. Those are the things that you guys are currently aware of.
Oh, that's why you asked that question earlier.
Yes, it is important to note. The vines themselves, the ones that can grapple you guys, they don't have any types of resistances or immunities like that, but you can determine resistances that the creature has by hitting those vines. I will just tell you what, like, if you do, you know, lightning or thunder or cold damage to it, I will tell you whether or not the creature has resistance to that damage, even if the vines themselves don't care.
So
Okay.
when Moggs was attacked by the vines, she like swirled part of it up around her wrench. And so there was the lingering vines still on her wrench when she went and slammed into it, and that's why it had the bonus acid damage.
The vines are a little strange. Lumia and Moggs would both be aware of this right now, but they have like this. I'll just be honest. It is some type of ghostly ectoplasm that is oozing off of this. It is an infectious. It is a cyst in the swamplands, which would otherwise be flourishing and
That
teeming
is
with life.
disgusting.
It is not a good. It is not a good creature.
So that, and then through the swing, it like splayed out and is no longer on her wrench anymore.
Yes, you're kind of like a splatter as the acid damage is dealt. Okay, it's the vine's turn again. So it has some choices. One of the creatures that it is going to try to attack is going to be Moggs. But it's then going to make its choice from there between Billy and Caius. Same as before, I'm gonna roll a d20 to determine evens is Billy, odds is Caius. Odds is Caius.
You coward!
Let's roll for Caius first. Why not?
Wait a second though. It's starting its turn in Moonbeam. Shouldn't it be taking
You're
2d10
correct.
radiant?
Thank you so much for keeping me honest about that. So DC
Get him!
14.
Get him!
It succeeds, but it still takes half. It takes 2.
I'm crying.
I will also
Hey,
note it's
that's
not
good, still
weak to
damage.
radiant. It's not weak to radiant damage, but it definitely does not have resistance to radiant damage.
Valid.
So it takes the 2. I'm so sorry.
Damage is damage.
Damage is damage. Yeah, any amount of damage is going to be good. Caius, what's your armor class?
My armor class is 15. It's gotta roll low. It did not roll low enough.
So it does hit Caius. An attack is being declared against Moggs. Is there a reaction that you have that you can use in response to this?
Yep, Webby is deflecting the attack.
So Webby's going to take the hit, or Webby implies disadvantage to it?
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Fuck yes. Okay.
Because I am within 5 feet of it.
Dude,
It's a
Fuck
good thing she
yeah.
did that.
Whoa.
That's
That
just
was
like the second time.
Twice
Yeah, my
I've
God.
avoided a crit from disadvantage.
So this time you not only avoid a crit,
Webby's
you avoid a
carrying.
hit-
Webby's
You
carrying.
avoid a hit entirely, and frankly, a hit here would have been hugely detrimental.
Maybe I got more damage out of Webby.
Yeah, it's true. To make sure that everybody is aware of what the necrobloom stacks are, as of right now, you guys only know what 1 to 2 stacks do. They do a d4 plus 1 per stack of necrobloom in acid damage to you at the start of your turn. That's it.
Run that by me again. You said 1d. What?
At the beginning of your turn, you will take a d4 acid damage plus 1 acid damage for each stack of necrobloom you
Ah,
have.
gotcha. Okay.
And that carries through every stack of necrobloom, so if you were to somehow get 20 stacks, you would take a d4 plus 20.
Alrighty then.
Don't get 20 stacks. So it completely misses Moggs, which is fortuitous, and then it hit Caius, so it's going to be doing its 1 piercing, which you have resistance to.
I
which
do.
Technically, it can do no more than 1, but I'm going to let that do 0 damage because I think it's funny.
Wait, hang on. Does it get disadvantage at range because I'm in melee distance of it?
It is a melee attack that it's making.
Oh, okay.
It's just, yeah. I formed the creature in such a way where it would be an ever-present threat on the field. Like, there's no amount of cover that you guys can really take, but there's a lot of positioning that would be beneficial. The damage? 9 acid damage to you, Caius.
And that's just straight up.
are you? Oh,
They are raging, but rage gives...
yeah.
It's not Bear Totem rage. Bear Totem
Not
is
Bear-
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
This is
Hang
a
on.
balanced barbarian comparatively
Yeah.
to Bear Totem. So that should bring you to 26, I believe.
It's at 26. Nope, one more. There we go.
Now, as before, you are grappled.
A lot. I would be like, can you allow me to contest this with? But yeah, I don't think it works that way.
If you remember how you held your action at one point to hold like the flame. What
Yes.
I was going to allow you to do is, after being grappled, you could make the attack against the vine. You would have to make the attack with disadvantage, but if you hit the vine, you would do damage to it with fire.
Gotcha.
Yeah. In this case, unfortunately, there's no action that is held, but you're grappled. While grappled, you're restrained, and you'll take 1 stack of necrobloom at the beginning of each of your turns.
Okay.
It also gets to move you 20 feet. So the first thing that it's going to do is it's going to move you 5 feet right there. It's going to trigger
Okay.
that stack of necrobloom.
Alrighty.
And then you guys watch as it moves Caius. Actually, here, it's going to move you 5 feet here, and then it's going to move you 10, 15, 20. So
I'm
you
not
take a-
drowning.
You're not drowning. You're above the water. You're like waist deep in the water, but you take 1 stack of necrobloom, so make sure to mark that, and you are currently grappled and restrained.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
Ooh, look at Mr. Tall over here breathing in water.
Tall and strong.
Oh
Don't
my
worry,
God.
this is not gonna hold me here. You're gonna need more than these ectoplasmic vines to keep me down, you son of a. I don't know what you are.
It is a athletics check that you'll get to make, and while raging, you have advantage on those, so you're probably going to break out of these vines easy on your turn.
You want to know what my athletics is?
What's your athletics?
-2.
Oh, yeah.
Feels right.
Okay. Billy, it's your turn. You're muted, I think.
Yeah, I know. I'm coming. Oh, where am I? There.
Like in real life?
So
or-
far. No, in this. Yeah, I'm going to, how, damn. Oh, fuck. Okay. 5, 10, 15. Oh, wait.
Where were you?
5. I'm right. This is 5.
Yep.
If I have a swimming speed, does water still count as difficult terrain?
Nope.
Okay.
However, I will note, and this is also important for everyone else, any movement you make, no matter what speed it is, you are removing 5 feet from all of your speeds for the turn. So if you have a 15-foot swim speed, but a 30-foot walking speed, and you move 20 feet and then get in the water, you get in the water and your swimming speed is -5 feet because you've moved more than 15.
Wait, why?
You reduce 5 feet from all of your movements. Otherwise, you would be able to move 30 feet into the water and then move an additional 15 feet in the water.
So basically, moving through the water would just be like, it would just be taking away the 5 feet from you, regular movement speed.
It's difficult to explain this appropriately. Every 5 feet of movement that you make during a turn detracts 5 feet of your overall movement, which includes any additional speed, such as burrowing speed, flying speed, swimming
Oh, yes,
speed, and
yes.
walking.
I knew that.
Okay. Why did you act confused when I said it?
Because you were like, I don't know, you explained it weird. Anyways, as I was going. 5, 10,
I might revisit you on
15,
that question because
20,
I got you. Don't worry.
25, 30. Can I still see him from there? Yeah.
oh shit.
Okay. I am going to frostbite on him. It is a Constitution saving throw. Target must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 1d6 cold damage and has disadvantage on the next weapon attack it rolls it makes before the end of its next turn.
Ooh. Okay. So Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Let me take a gander.
Oh, Billy of the Lake, what is your wisdom?
What's your DC?
15. No!
That is a success, unfortunately.
No. My whole turn.
You
I'm gonna
const-
drink an antitoxin as a bonus action.
Okay. Antitoxin will
Actually,
supply
wait,
you.
wait.
Okay.
How much have we damaged it?
You guys have cumulatively done. Let me do the math. Including the resistances and stuff like that, you guys have done 32 damage to it.
And it's not bloodied yet.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Remember that fight you guys had where you did 200 damage to a creature and that
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh man.
that creature was not a creature you guys were meant to kill. That was a creature that was meant to be like driven off. To be fair, that is a creature that you guys can probably kill in like 3 levels.
And a lot of how much damage do we do to that thing?
Easily over 200.
Oh my gosh.
And I'll
Okay.
admit, the majority of it was from Harvey critting like twice.
No, I feel like
The beginning of the turn.
it did 200 damage to me. It felt like.
Anything else you got for your turn, Billy?
No. I'm doing nothing.
sorry.
I'm doing nothing.
I love you. It's okay. This is how the cookie crumbles.
It's not how it's supposed to.
It crumbles how the dice will it. Harvey, it's your turn. So Caius is currently grappled.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I am doing another measuring. I gotta get rid of these trees for a second so I can see.
You have quite the view of the terrain, I promise you.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm concerned about. All right. I'm. Ooh, if I'm. All right, I've got an idea.
I was about to say, you good?
Yeah,
You got
sorry.
four
There's
power.
there's something I want to do.
Yeah, what do you got for me?
I want to get down.
Okay. 5 feet in any direction.
I went down. I went down.
Said mother, I'm tired of
That'll
puppies.
be wherever you want to be in 5 feet from the tree. It'll just cost you 5 feet to get down.
So
The
25
the
left.
raven that was on the tree is suddenly transforms into Harvey.
let's
Whoa.
go.
It's like we haven't. Where have you been this entire fight?
20.
Yep,
Right.
exactly.
Okay. Oh man, is switching weapons an action or a bonus action?
So for our purposes, we've added like a special object interact action that you can use on your turn that allows you to switch your hand's worth of items from your hands to your bag, and then to take items worth an amount that you can hold in your hands from your bag.
What about just stowing it?
If you wanted to just stow it, you could also do that. But if you wanted to draw something in addition, that is like the same object interaction, you can do that.
I would like to stow my bow.
Okay. Do you want to take anything out or just stow it?
Just stow it.
Okay, that won't cost you an action or a bonus action. However, I will let you know that if you want to retrieve or stow anything else for the rest of the turn, that will take a full action.
Oh, there's no need.
Okay. What the fuck is he about to do? What are you?
Oh.
The no
I would
need
like
was
to
sinister.
summon both of my soul knives.
Hell yeah.
And I'm throwing those bitches. But first, I gotta
okay.
figure out direction.
Take a look.
These
It's
trees
60
came
feet
back.
normal range. Let me go. ahead and-
This yes, but
You
if I
are absolutely
use
amazing.
sharpshooter, does that cancel that out or no? Because it says it doesn't have a long range.
It does say it doesn't have a long range.
But I
Sharpshooter
interpreted
would-
that as like once it hits 60, it vanishes.
Yeah, effectively, if it were like it has a 60-foot short range and a 180-foot long range, what sharpshooter would effectively do is give you a 180-foot range. So
See, 'cause
because
what
it
I
is just a
see-
60-foot range.
Right here is that I can throw that one, and then I can throw the other one at the vine that's holding Caius.
You absolutely can.
I'm gonna do that first. I'm gonna throw it at the vine holding Caius first.
Roger that. Go ahead and make the attack roll. What type of damage are your knives?
1d6 plus the ability modifier, and since I'm throwing it, it's dex. So 3. 1d6 plus 3.
Is it psychic damage or
It is.
psychic damage? Okay, beautiful.
It is. Yes. Ba-bam.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you have at least a +3 to this attack roll, so that definitely hits.
Okay, cool.
I was terrified, dude.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, I don't have resistance to psychic damage.
Funny.
All right, so 6 total.
6 total. Okay, that bloodies the vines, but it does not break the vines.
All right, the other knife.
You could make the second knife attack against those vines.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's get Caius free.
As long as you hit, I'm pretty sure you're killing them. It's your bonus.
5, and then 3.
It's got to be
Right?
more than 3. It's your dex plus your proficiency.
Oh, my dex. Oh, so it'd be 5.
Thank God. So
Thank
you
God.
All right, sorry.
You have a minimum damage roll of 4 on this, so Caius, the vines are broken. You will not be taking an additional
Let's
necrobloom
go.
stack at the start of your turn.
Wait,
Thank
Harvey,
you,
how much
Harvey.
is your dex?
+3.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did you take for your level 4 feature, Harvey? I don't remember.
Sharpshooter.
That's right. Tell you.
surprised
I
you
think
only-
that's it. I'm gonna end my turn.
Beautiful. Caius, the beginning of your turn, 2 things happen. The first thing that happens is you take the d4 plus 1 damage because you do have the 1 stack of necrobloom from moving through this tuft of mushrooms. So we'll go ahead and do that first. You only take 2 acid damage. Very fortuitous. And then you need to make a Constitution saving throw. The DC is 14. As long as you
Alrighty.
succeed, you will have 0 stacks of necrobloom.
All right.
You do it. Flying colors, no more stacks of necrobloom. It is now your turn unfettered by any disease. Similar to how Lumia had before, there's the briefest moment where an amount of this like black sludge spittle almost seems to form on your lips and like lightly cakes into your beard hair. You wipe it off with a forearm as it like maybe use the water beneath you a little bit to like wipe it off and be like,
Just spit it out.
let's continue.
All right.
What do you do?
I am going to. Let me see. Hang on.
Now remember, water's difficult terrain unless you have a swim speed, so this will be double movement.
Gotcha. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift. Where is that?
Now,
Oh, God.
remind me again what type of shifter you are.
Swift Strider.
Swift Strider. Whenever you shift, you get an additional benefit. Swift Stride. Your walking speed increased by 10 feet. You can move an additional 10 feet as a reaction when a creature ends its feet within 5 feet of you. Beautiful. So you've got 45-foot movement speed right now.
Nice. And doesn't it give me like temporary hit points?
I believe so. Temp hit points equal to 2 times your proficiency bonus, which is 4 right now. So you'll get 4 temp hit points.
All right.
Mark that
I don't know
down.
how to do that on my thing, but
If you right-click on your character and then go to stats, which
that's.
will be on
Oh,
the
I
top
see it. I
right,
see it. Okay, yeah. I got
I've
it.
marked it down for you.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah,
All
you're
right. So since I'm in the water, I might as well start making my way to that thing because it's now annoying me. So let me see so this is what
That'll be
This one-
5'10".
5'10".
If you make another diagonal movement, that will be 30. Because the second diagonal is double. So 5'10",
So-
15, 20. 25, 30, and then that'll be 35, 40 if you move up again.
35, 40. So I only have. I have
if
45
you-
movement speed, right?
Yeah, if you move here, you'll have 5 movement speed left, but every possible move that you could make would cost more than 5 feet. So you would end
Even
up
if I
having-
jumped.
You know what?
45 move speed?
Yeah, he's got a 35 move speed base, and when he uses his shift as a bonus action, he gets an additional 10 feet of movement speed.
Jesus.
And I'm pretty sure Barbarian actually gets bonus movement speed at a certain point. Just like at base for being Barbarian. I think that might be at 6th level or something.
I think so.
So Caius,
Yes.
here's the deal.
Listening.
The only rules for making a long jump are that you have moved at least 10 feet in a straight line.
Mhm.
You have done so. My brain is telling me that you trying to jump out of the water like this probably would be a lot more difficult than you trying to jump on land. But I'm going to allow you to attempt it if you succeed an athletics check. If you
Okay.
fail the athletics check, you will move half as far and fall prone. Do you accept those terms?
I accept.
Go ahead, go for it,
Let's
Gamer. I
go.
You have advantage on an athletics check for this, by the way.
He's
because you're
going.
raging.
And he is.
Holy fucking shit!
Let's see. What's the DC?
We didn't establish a DC, not yet
Oh.
at least.
Oh.
What's the total?
What's the DC?
Tell you when you tell me the total.
I have an 11.
Okay. This may or may not answer the question of whether or not the DC is 11 or lower, but do you want to use a luck point?
I do. Luck point. You mean inspiration?
Inspiration? Yeah.
Well, let's try this again. I don't think I've fallen prone in the
you can
water.
roll this with advantage.
All right. Let's throw it that way this time. Much
Holy
better.
shit.
Yes.
Okay, a natural 20. So how far have you moved?
I have moved 30 feet.
So you've used 30 feet of movement, but you've moved 15 feet. Here's
Correct.
what I'm going to allow you to do. I am going to allow you to move to one of these squares and retain the remaining 30 feet of move speed as though you had moved through this, that it was not difficult terrain.
Oh, you're amazing.
I'll let you move up to here and then have 30 feet left.
Jumping was an action, right?
No, jumping is just part of your movement.
Oh,
I have
So
to
you
respect
said-
the nat 20.
so I'm here now.
Yep. This is, by the way, if anyone was wondering, this is what I mean when I say that I reward, like, creative decisions. It's not even necessarily that jumping out of water is incredibly creative, but it prompted me to ask for a roll. A natural 20 on a roll is going to, unless it's like an attack roll or something, it's going to get me to allow crazy shit. So in this case, you have 30 feet of movement speed left.
The fact that I was like sprinting through the water and
Caius, like, there's the briefest of moments where you guys watch a ripple in the water that seems to like rebound around Caius before the jump, as though the water itself is preparing for Caius to leap out of it. As you jump out of the water, Caius, it becomes frighteningly obvious to you that that water is a lot more like sludge. As there's not a splash behind you, and now that you're out of the water, it's not running off of you, it's kind of clinging to you. There's no mechanics behind it, it's just the water's gross.
I'm not even. In my head, it's still water. Caius is. It was just thick water to Caius.
Yeah.
All right. So now, you said I have 15 movement left. So,
You have a 30-foot movement speed left.
Oh, 30? Oh,
Natural 20. You
okay,
you jumped
so-
out of the water, and I
so this'll
allowed the
be-
previous movement to count as normal movement.
So this is what? This 5, 10? Diagonal's 10?
Or that's the second diagonal, so yeah, that would be 10.
Okay. 10, 15,
Yep.
25.
That would be 20, because that's another diagonal. That's the third diagonal, so that's just 20.
So that's
You
just
want-
20. Oh,
If you
okay.
want to move up here, that would be 30.
Then yes, I am getting in this thing's face.
Okay. So you'll take a stack of necrobloom for stepping on that square of mushrooms, but you don't suffer the consequences until the start of your turn, and you are now in the creature's face with an action ready to go.
Bet. I am claw swiping. I'm tearing into this thing.
So let me go ahead and ask you this.
Yes.
When you initiated your rage, what was the beast form that you chose?
Claws.
Okay. Let me take a look real quick. Path of the Beast Barbarian. As far as I understand, the claws do slashing damage. They do indeed. So the claws will do a d6 slashing damage on a hit, and when you make an attack with the claws, you can make an additional attack as part of the same action. So you're going to be making 2 attacks with your claws here.
So I can just go ahead and roll both of them.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll 2d20.
All right.
Holy fucking shit.
Wow.
So you've got a hit and you've got a crit. Let's calculate the hit first. Let's just
Alright.
do the baby
Holy
default
shit.
d6 plus strength plus rage. And I believe that this is going to be d6 plus 6, because as far as I understand, your strength modifier is 4.
Do the hand wraps count to that?
They do. They do.
Okay.
So strength
it'll
modifier
be
4,
the-
hand
so
wraps
it'll
would
be
bring it up to 5, and then rage would bring it up to 7.
correct.
So d6 plus 7 damage for the first one.
Oops. Hang on. Escape that. No.
Jeez.
No. I didn't mean to drop it. Ignore that.
I gotcha.
So D6 plus 7.
6 plus 7. Big money, no whammies. Okay,
9.
Still 9 damage for rolling a 2, which is fucking crazy. Now, a critical hit, as we have established already in the system we are using, is the max damage you could possibly roll plus the damage rolled again. So the max damage you could possibly do here is 13 plus a d6.
Okay, so 13 plus this D6.
17. This bloodies the creature.
Woohoo!
This
Nice.
You watch 2 of these ferocious swipes from flaming claws, especially you, Moggs, being adjacent. You see Caius getting up into the thick of it alongside you, the 2 of you contributing to the melee fight on this front very handily. Both of these claw swipes are ripping into bits and pieces of the vines, the slashing damage going through pretty flawlessly. You're starting to actually see the interior of the creature that was being shielded by all of these vines. You can finally witness there is this black ball of sludge that is in the very center of these vines, and peeking through every once in a while through this sludge that is ever like a rotating, effervescent, floating in the middle of these vines, you can see the faintest, smallest glimmer of this green glowing energy.
What are you? Get out of there!
Will that end your turn?
Yes.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it is going to use its first legendary action. It is going to use spores. I need for all creatures within 15 feet, which is, as of right now, Moggs, Webbigail, and Caius, to make a Constitution saving throw.
Damn.
Oof.
It's all good. I've used up my luck.
Honestly, it was well worth it.
Nice.
Is that from Moggs or Webby? Is that one for Moggs or Webby?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. The first one was for me.
I wanted to say something, but then I was like, I'll figure it out.
The first one was for me.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm
So
sorry.
16 plus your Constitution, almost certainly going to succeed. 9 plus Webby's Constitution is how much?
Con save. This is a save, right?
Yes.
Okay. So she gets 2 plus proficiency, so +4 total.
Plus 4, bringing it to 13. That is just under what is needed. DC 14 Constitution saving throw in this case. So,
Can I inspiration for her?
yeah. It sounds weird because we're establishing that Webbigail is like their own person, but mechanically, Webbigail is a class feature for you. I know that they're technically a separate creature, but anything that they're doing, I'll allow inspiration rolls and stuff like that for you to transfer over to them. Because they don't get their own inspiration die, so
It's kind of treated like a summon?
effectively.
Okay.
It's a little more like real than a summon, because normally if summons get like killed, they just kind of poof.
Yeah.
Webbigail would leave a body and then be able to be reconstructed.
It is a 50-50, but it's I guess a legendary action. It seems like probably a good use of inspiration.
Very possibly.
Yeah, we'll go ahead. Nope, it goes even worse.
God damn it.
Oh gosh.
Okay, what do you
It was
guys'
worth
health?
it.
Should be fine. Cool. So here is what is happening. For those of you who succeeded, you will be... Let's just establish the fail, right?
Yes.
3d8 acid damage and a d4 plus 1 stacks of necrobloom.
Cool.
3d8?
Yes. For those of you who succeeded, you'll take half that damage and 1 stack of necrobloom. So in this case,
now I
Moggs-
have 2 stacks of necrobloom now, right?
Well, you failed the save, so I'll be rolling a d4 plus 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and roll the damage for Moggs, as you did succeed on the save. So this will be half of whatever this is. So 8 acid damage.
It's a good thing Lumia's going next.
And 1 stack of necrobloom. And I trust you guys to keep track of your stacks. I will ask at the beginning of each of your turns how many stacks you have. Let's go ahead and roll the damage for Webigale.
We each got one for stepping into the mushroom, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
So fortunately, the damage rolled against Webigale was 7,
Okay.
which means that it takes less damage than you did, I believe. And then Caius, the damage against... Oh, Jesus. 11 damage against Caius. It is acid damage. And now we're going to sort out...
Okay, the spores.
It's just 11 damage. And then let's sort out the stacks of necrobloom. So, Moggs, you now have 2 stacks.
Thank God for 10 hit points.
Webigale will have 6 stacks of necrobloom. And Caius will have an additional 3 stacks of necrobloom, bringing you up to 4, I believe.
So, did you decrease my health already?
Oh right, you had 4 temp hit points. Hold on.
Yeah.
Bam, you're at 15.
Okay.
My bad. I forgot you had 4 temp hit points.
Oh, you're good.
So as of right now, it should be that Moggs has 2 stacks of necrobloom. Webby has 7 or 6?
6.
6 stacks of necrobloom. Thank you. And Caius has 4.
Oh, 4. Okay.
So remember those stacks of necrobloom because they will be very relevant come your next turn.
Gotcha.
And that is the end of its legendary action. Lumia, it is your turn.
I'm leaking black sludge.
Yeah, you guys do see effectively an explosion of those spores and just straight up black sludge spittle explode from this creature. And as the orb of sludge and energy is being revealed, it bubbles for a moment, and Caius and Moggs, you both recognize, oh shit, we need to try to avoid this as best as possible. But by the time you acknowledge that, it is already popped like a pimple, like a blister, and it just cascades over both of you.
These are disgusting visuals.
You're not doing too hot, Caius. Neither is Webigale. For lack of a better term, Webigale is... let's just establish that Webigale is a real creature with a soul because they have a monster core inside them. Webigale doesn't have a mouth to ooze this stuff from, but they're getting sluggish and very obviously not holding up well.
It's leaking from the joints.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh God.
All right, what do you got for us, Lumia?
Well, first from the party, I need a health check. I think I heard Caius, you're at 15.
As far as I understand, only you, Caius, and Moggs have taken damage. And Webigale has not taken damage yet, but they do have the most stacks of necrobloom. They'll be taking...
Webigale has taken damage.
From the last attack that you just did.
Right, I'm stupid. What's Webigale's health right now?
You're not stupid.
19 out of 26.
Out of 26, beautiful. I'm actually going to mark Webigale's HP in the Webigale's HP under the stats.
And I am at 13 out of 28.
Ugh. Okay. So 13 out of 28, and then Webigale is 19 out of 26, and Caius is 15 out of 35. As of right now, Caius is technically missing the most hit points. They're missing 20, but Moggs is overall at the lowest health.
So I'll tell everyone the situation I'm in. I'm not asking anything, just socializing with you all where we're at. So
Yes.
Okay.
I am very far away from the people that need the most help. I have about 30 feet of movement. I don't have a level 1 healing spell that I can cast from afar. I have to touch you. So I think my best option is probably to move as close as I can to you and pop Twilight Sanctuary and hope and pray that somehow you are within the perimeter of that, but I don't think that's actually going to happen.
You
I have
want
a
to
question.
measure it out?
Yeah, hold on. You do still have your bonus action to transform into your Radiant Soul, right? You
So
can move 45 feet with that, which would put you here. And then what's the radius of your Twilight Sanctuary?
it's 30 feet.
So 30 feet from here. Fuck.
Yeah. And I don't know that I want to risk popping Radiant Soul and flying over these vines if I'm not even going to get to them.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna say I do have healing potions on my person, so I can use that my next. I'm going off the assumption that this next roll for damage isn't gonna kill me, because what the acid damage does what? 1d4?
D4 plus the number of stacks that you have. Now remember, it's going to be able to take its turn before you go, Caius.
Oh,
so
that
if
is
it can
also
hit you and
true.
grapple you, it can add an additional 4 stacks of necrobloom to you.
How dare
bring
you?
which would bring you up to 11.
I'm stressed, gamers. Okay. I think the first thing is to move as close as possible. So I'm gonna start with that, with normal movement.
I'll mark your original location for you.
Thank you. So what is this? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30? Is that right?
Diagonal move can be 1, so that would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. But then another diagonal would be 10 feet, so you'd end up here anyways.
Okay. Wait, am I in the right spot? Here.
It would be here.
Oh, my bad. Right on top of Harvey. Hi, Harvey. Okay. Just preemptively, so that I don't have to waste any time on next turn, because I don't know what situation we're going to be in. I'm going to go ahead and pop Twilight Sanctuary.
Oh yeah. So remind me again when people get the 10 hit points from Twilight Sanctuary.
So, it lasts for 1 minute. Whenever a creature, including you, ends its turn in the sphere, you can grant that creature one of the 2 benefits.
Gotcha. Okay. So ending the turn is the trigger. In this case, you will get the benefits of it, which will be a d6 plus 4 temp hit points, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. You have
That's some
anything
good
else you
temp
wanna do on
hits.
your turn?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You have anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, I think that's it for right now.
Just have Harvey throw you.
Oh, okay. I'll take
9
it.
temporary hit points. I will mark that under your stats here. 9 temp hit points. If you are looking for your temp HP, you'll go into the stats bar, which is just above your hit points if you right-click on your character.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Is there anything else, or I think that's everything, right?
Yep, that's it.
Beautiful. Good thing we know Moonbeam is still up. Mox. Beginning of your turn happens.
Yeah.
First things first, you are starting your turn in the mushrooms.
Mhm.
You go from 2 stacks to 3.
Okay.
We'll then roll the d4 plus 3 damage. It's 5.
5 damage. Okay.
So that I believe brings you to 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you make a Constitution saving throw. On a success, you'll reduce 1 stack, and on a success of 5 or more, you will reduce 2. What's your bonus?
That is a 16.
16, that is a normal success, so you go from 3 stacks to 2.
Okay.
Now that is beneficial. Now that people are above 2 stacks, I can tell you exactly what everything does. I think I went over it before, but it's been so long, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know. 1 to 2 stacks of necrobloom is the damage. 3 to 4 stacks of necrobloom also does the damage, but you are also considered poisoned while you have that many stacks. Poisoned gives you disadvantage on attack rolls and skill checks.
Well, now
If you
tell
have
me.
5 or more stacks of necrobloom, you cannot take reactions, and you must roll a DC 11 flat check at the beginning of each of your turns before you make the save to reduce the number of stacks. If you fail the DC 11 flat check, you end your turn immediately.
What?
You are effectively stunned.
All right. Well, here's a roll for Webby.
Let's go, Webby.
So this is Webby is at 5 or Webby's at 6 stacks, right?
7 now.
7.
Ooh.
So Webby cannot take any movement, any actions, any reactions, nothing. Now they can do a Constitution save to try to reduce the number of stacks.
All right.
They'll take the damage before this, technically. And they've got +4, right? Or
Yeah.
Okay, that's a success. They'll reduce the stacks, but they are taking a d4 +7 damage before this, and then they reduce it to 6.
Ugh.
They're taking 11 damage.
Okay.
Brings them to 8, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh no.
Now it's your turn.
We're both at 8. Twinsies.
I will
background.
I will let you guys know that it cannot use that legendary action again. That was a once per combat thing.
Nice. That's good to
There's a
know.
reason that it was a once per combat thing. So, also just to make sure that information is being brought forth, the creature was bloodied after it had taken 58 total damage, meaning that, theoretically, the maximum amount of hit points that it could have would be 116.
Got it.
So
I now have a number in my head.
56, or 58 is the damage that you're kind of looking for to do to it in order to kill it.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not much help this combat.
Silence. You'll do great on the next turn.
Yeah.
I'm more of a multiple enemy type gal.
You've already
okay.
helped free people from What are you talking about? Killing
What
it.
spells do you have prepared, Benny?
I don't prepare spells. I just have the spells.
spells
I have
do you know?
Catapult, Chaos Bolt, Magic Missile, and Suggestion.
All you gotta do is Magic Missile.
Yeah.
I mean, Magic Missile is consistent, non-resisted damage to it. It would actually be really solid.
Oh my
I think I've come
gosh.
to the realization that a lot of arcane
That's
spellcasters,
not cool. No.
a lot of arcane spellcasters kind of devolve into I cast Magic Missile at a certain point because it is just the most consistent source of damage.
But that's not cool.
I'm sorry. What's not cool about not being able to miss?
Yeah, but
Hanging out with Mr.
flavor-wise.
Gygax.
Mr.
Hanging out with who?
Mr. Gygax, Gary Gygax.
Mr. Gary.
What's that?
Gygax. He's the guy that wrote the damn book. I wrote the damn bill.
I don't know what that means.
Ernest Gary Gygax was an American game designer and author, best known for co-creating the pioneering tabletop role-playing game Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Listen, I don't support wizards.
Real.
Real.
Question.
Yeah, what do you got for me?
If I used Green Flame Blade, although this is all a 3/2/1 creature, could the secondary hit go to the different part of it?
Yeah, I'll allow that. I normally wouldn't, but yes, I will allow it for this one.
Alright. That's valid. That's what I will do then.
Hell yeah.
That is 19.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Nice.
Okay. Weapons, normal effects, blah blah blah. So that's 2d6. I reroll the 1.
That has actually been pretty consistently helpful.
12 bludgeoning.
Okay. So as you know, that'll be reduced to 6, but that is still 6 damage.
And then 4 fire.
It's just a flat 4.
Spell casting modifier.
Hell yeah, that's right. And then it like adds dice at 5th, 11th, and 17th, doesn't it? Cool. For what type of damage?
Fire.
For the first time, you witness this creature make a noise. You hear what can only be appropriately described as rusty metal scraping together in the form of some type of screech that emits from this creature as it takes fire damage. It is weak to fire damage. So your 4 damage is doubled to 8.
Whoa.
Damn, I should have used that the first turn.
Hey, We're experimenting.
Experimental phase.
Yeah, I did, but Booming Blade does the exact same thing, but without the fire damage,
Yeah.
since it can't move.
Fire damage is crazy against this thing.
You don't say.
Anyone got another nuke from Caius that can?
Guys, explode!
I don't think you guys are gonna need it, honestly. This thing is bloodied and just took 14 damage. So bringing the 58 that you would need to do down to 44, a very significant chunk. Anything else that you have for your turn? With Webigale effectively being rooted in the spot right now.
Let me double check something real quick. That is. So, casting time 1 minute. Okay, that's
What? What spell is this?
mending.
Oh. 1 minute. Yeah, hold on, guys.
Give me a second. Pulls out sewing kit.
I can't use my minor action to do anything with Webby because Webby is stun locked. So I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else I can do with a minor action right now.
I believe so.
Because all the rest of this stuff, I think, is full actions. Okay.
Okay. It is the Ghostly Lion's turn. So, here's what it's going to do. I'm going to roll a d6. I'm going to ignore sixes, and I'm going to assign a number to all of you. Whatever numbers are rolled are the people it's attacking. Lumia, you're 1. Harvey, you're 2. Billy, you're 3. Caius, you're 4. Moggs, you're 5. Webigale is 6. We'll re-roll duplicates. A 3 and a 5, so that is Billy and Moggs. Fuck.
I did just burn it.
Yeah.
Moggs could go down here.
Okay, but before it does anything, don't forget my measly moonbeam damage.
Holy shit, you're
Burn them, you ghostly flames.
Please, for the
It
love
failed.
of
Get
all
him.
that is good
roll
and
2d10.
Whoa!
It fails to save.
D10.
Come on! Please!
Dude, big money.
Please! Yes!
That was very solid. Holy
Hell yeah.
fuck. I'm gonna let you know that this thing is very, very hurt, and another chunk of damage like that will kill it.
Yes!
However, still standing right now. Billy is gonna make the attack against you first. Do you have any
Wow.
reaction?
Let me see.
I don't think you have shield, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But
It's
let me
gonna
just make sure.
It rolls a soft 20 to hit you.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming.
I'm
that's a hit.
trying to see if I have anything.
Between my bonus action and my movement, could I haul Webby back 5?
Yeah, I'll allow that. If you use 5 foot of movement speed to dismount here, and then just like it would technically be a grapple, but I don't care. I'll allow you to like make a 5 foot move back this way, and then 15 feet to remount Webby. Like you basically can only move 5 feet doing
Yeah.
that, but you could totally do it.
Okay, yeah,
You
just...
can,
Okay, yeah, it hits me.
okay. You'll also be happy to know, Fen, that because the fact it has a 600-foot range, it cannot take opportunity attacks against you. If
You're
you guys
always
leave,
in that range.
the way opportunity attacks work is if you leave its melee range, so you guys will be done with the, you guys will flee from this fight 600 feet away, you get attacked. So let's roll against Moggs. Do you fuck, Webigale doesn't have a reaction, but it doesn't matter, it misses you.
Yeah, let's go.
Holy shit, that is a godsend. Okay, so Billy will be taking 1 piercing and 9 acid for a total of 10 damage.
Okay.
You will then be grappled, and you will then be moved 20 feet. It's gonna move you 5, 10, 15, 20. Move you straight into the goop.
Hi, Billy. How's it
One
going?
smack and necrobloom.
What is necrobloom?
Necrobloom is a disease.
I am immune to diseases.
You are completely.
That is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, fuck you, Nian.
Well, almost everyone else.
I'm pretty sure we mentioned this last time.
Oh, 100%.
Get him.
Almost everyone else, except for Harvey at this point, has fallen victim to the necrobloom. And so, Lumia, you in particular, having felt the way that necrobloom is and seeing Moggs and Caius and Webby being fucked up by the necrobloom right now. You watch Billy get pushed into it and you're like, I am going to have so much healing to have to do once this fight concludes. You guys are still going to be making saves against necrobloom after the fight ends. We're not ending initiative when you kill the creature. You guys have to survive the disease. So Billy being pushed into the necrobloom, you look with a brief stint of anxiety, and then Billy kind of just looks down and is like, oh, it's pretty.
Billy knows what this is though, and like she's gonna look to Lumia and like nod her head,
Just give a thumbs up.
reassuring her. I do just dude, fuck yes.
Have you supplied the context to this yet?
No.
Hold on. During the break after this combat, I'll.
Okay.
But that's the creature's whole turn. Billy.
Let's all just leave and let Billy take care of it.
Hey, Billy, you start your turn in the mushrooms, so you don't take 1 stack of necrobloom.
I just
And at
I
the
want to
start of your
flavor
turn, you
it
do
that
not
the
take a d4 plus 1 damage.
I want to flavor it that the cold on my body is literally freezing the vines around me. And the mushrooms.
The spores that are
The
coming
spores
up, turn into snowflakes as they reach where they would normally be able to infect you. And it's not just that they're like, oh, they're freezing. They literally turn into snowflakes.
Yeah.
It turns into water vapor that has frozen.
Cool.
And so Billy is wreathed in sparkly light right now.
That's pretty.
It is. You're still grappled and restrained, but it is your turn.
Cool. How do I get out of this? Does it have to be an action?
Yeah, it's an action to make an athletics check to try and break out of the grapple. Athletics or acrobatics, technically.
Who goes next?
Harvey.
Shit. And they
Do you
could
wanna
not
delay your
get
turn?
me out. Do you know if you could get me out? No, because you would have to step in.
No, they got range attacks.
I got range attacks.
Is it an action? Is there something else we can do to get untied without doing damage to it and just like prying them open, sort of thing? Or is it that
From
you have
the
to do damage
outside,
to it?
you can attack it. When you're grappled to it, you can athletics or acrobatics it. Those are the two.
Okay, let me see what my acrobatics is. But it's still a whole action. I won't be able to do anything. So it's disadvantage to do attack rolls?
You have disadvantage on attack rolls. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and you have a disadvantage on dexterity saves.
Let me...
I'm gonna turn down the ambient volume because these frogs are getting to me.
For hogs?
Oh,
They really are
Ambient
going
volume and
crazy.
Tailspire.
Oh my
They're
God,
going nuts
dude.
this whole time.
I don't have the volume on.
Oh,
I didn't realize.
there's frogs.
It's bro.
Grab.
what?
What?
It's not crap.
Grab.
What?
Can I even see it from here?
I'm gonna say yes. Like, when I'm looking at your model trying to see it, absolutely not. It has like normal cover.
Okay. I'm just gonna chance it. I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt.
Okay.
I'll
Are you
have
sure you don't want to cast
disadvantage.
Magic Missile and guarantee to hit, even though you have disadvantage and it has +2 to its AC?
Yeah, but I want to be cool. I don't want to do
Magic
Magic
Missile is cool, man. That's
Magic
the most
Missile
virginous
isn't
thing that
cool
I've
enough.
ever said, but Magic
Yeah,
Missile
magic is cool and missiles are cool.
You know what?
Yeah.
If this Chaos Bolt hits, though.
What does
Yeah,
Chaos Ball do?
it does 2d8 plus 1d6, and I get to pick, like, the d8s, I get to pick which one. So if I roll a 3, it's fire.
Okay, so here's what I will say. If you hit with a Chaos Bolt, there is a statistical chance that you could kill it right now. If you hit with a Magic Missile,
Harvey
There is
could
not.
kill it next turn.
Harvey could kill it next turn, yeah. Or Caius. Although, I'll be
Okay.
honest, you guys are going to need all the turns that you can get for Moggs and Caius and Webbigail, because when this combat ends, it is going to be like a triage type deal.
We need to huddle up and get in Lumia's circle.
Yeah, the 10 hit points are going to be huge.
Everybody scooch together.
I'm gonna chance it. I'm gonna go for it.
All right, so it says disadvantage, and its armor class has a +2, but let's go ahead and see.
Oh no.
So
What are
what's
the
your,
chances
Close.
of
It
that?
was close.
What is your
Oh.
bonus hit?
No, it won't hit. It's not gonna
What?
hit.
Tell me,
I'm
what is
gonna
your
use.
bonus
I'm
hit?
gonna use inspiration.
Tell me what your bonus to hit is.
It's 7.
So
It's
that's a
not
9?
gonna hit.
Okay, 9 would normally be 1 under what you need to hit. However, it has cover, so it's 12 that you're trying to meet.
Wait, it has cover?
Yeah, I told you it
From
has.
who?
The tree!
The tree.
You never told me that the tree would have give it cover. I would have moved first.
Minnie, I love you. You're restrained. You can't move.
Oh, you never told me that the tree would give it cover.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Could
Are you
someone-
just?
I have no idea.
Oh, we're
I
not
didn't hear
touching
it.
that with a 10-foot.
I didn't hear that.
I
No.
love you, wife. It's got cover.
I'm re-rolling it then.
With an inspiration point for sure.
Yes.
What?
What the fuck is happening?
What's happening? That was crazy.
You hit.
Go to
Go
Vegas,
ahead and
dude.
roll your damage.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So sweet.
Or wait, it's 2d8 plus.
What are the chances
right?
of that?
Yeah. Okay, I did it wrong.
I'll tell you, the chances aren't, they're not high. Is that a 3?
That's a 3 fire damage.
How would you like to kill the creature?
Yay!
Oh my god.
That's huge. Let's go,
So
Lily.
you're
That's
doing, you're doing
that's what I'm
13
talking about.
damage, but it's all fire.
It's all fire.
So you're doing 26 damage, and I'll let you know right now the creature had remaining 16 health.
Okay, cool. So like she's kind of like an ice person, right? But she got snow. But I for the moment it will turn into cinders and shoot forth towards the creature, like incinerating the tree in front of it, like completely like trying to burn off one of the branches going straight through it.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
You burned through the tree.
Evaporated a tree.
The once sparkles that were being created from the spores turn to embers and cinders as this streaking bolt of chaotic energy lurches and lands firmly into the ball of tar and muck at the center of the creature. And similar, though not as violent as before, it pops and bursts, and all of this tar ignites as every vine that was underground, above ground, grappling people, gripping onto tree branches and tree roots, creating these mushrooms and this sporific spread that is in the swampland surrounding you, all ignite. All of it. Every mushroom that is surrounding you guys, every vine, all of it bursts into flames. And Billy, at this point, you are able to kind of jump out of the way. Caius, you are also able to do so. You're not going to take damage. You're good. Don't worry. I'm just signifying that all of the mushrooms... Billy, put yourself 5 feet away from where you just were. You were, like, right here, so just put yourself there. It's important because initiative is still happening.
Yeah.
You manage to jump slightly out of the way, Caius, as these mushrooms ignite, and they pop and burst, and where the spores were going to emerge, instead emerges a similarly chaotic energy to the bolt that Billy had fired, where you almost see that it's briefly a piece of a cinder, like a page that had just caught fire, and then it turns into a snowflake.
Cute.
And the temperature in the vicinity drops like a solid 5 degrees. And combat is over. Now, Harvey, You don't technically need to do anything on your
I
turn.
feel like you
Ability
said
to-
over in quotes.
Yes.
Yeah,
it is,
because we
it is
got
over in
stacks.
quotes because you've got 3
Stonks.
people with a ton of stacks on them right now. The
Run to
mushrooms,
Lumia!
you might as well consider that the mushrooms are no longer there. They will not apply any additional stacks. In fact, it's not possible for you to get any additional stacks as long as you're on this map. Billy, is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I will.
Because that was action, and you've got everything else.
That was amazing.
Movement-wise, if I were to swim over that side, could... God, could I...
You could
I
look
can't help them.
here. You can make a medicine check. Medicine check to effectively try to meet or beat the DC in the same way as them making a saving throw on their turn.
So, can you put a marker where I'm at? So 5, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
No.
30.
You did it. I love you, but you did it wrong.
Okay,
5,
okay. 10,
10.
15. Oh.
That
5,
wasn't
10.
10, yep.
15, 20,
Yes.
25.
Yes. And then the
30.
next one would be 30. There you go.
Okay.
I gotcha. All right.
So I guess like in water, like I could at least get up there next turn. Okay.
Yeah, you can help drag someone away or pull them
I
to
also
the
have a
shore.
healing potion. Who has a healing potion on them?
I have 2.
You have 2.
I don't.
Moggs, you have anything on you?
Nope.
Or Webby? Okay.
Webby, like...
Does Billy
There's a
end her
comical
turn?
frowny face on Webby.
Yeah, I
somehow.
end my turn.
I was sorry, I didn't finish. Does Billy end her turn in Twilight Sanctuary?
No.
Shit.
It's,
So
it's
close.
okay. I'm good. I'm good.
She doesn't really need it right now. You took no damage during that fight.
I took,
Neither did Harvey.
I took 10.
Oh, that's right. You did take the grapple damage. I keep forgetting that because I'm so happy about having disease damage. Harvey, it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna move right here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hide.
Make a stealth check.
Oh my god.
Okay, what's your total?
14.
All right, what's everybody's passive perception?
10.
Okay, Caius, Harvey's gone.
16.
Moggs, Harvey's right there.
I have
I'm eating
12.
seeds on the ground.
12. Harvey's gone. Anyone who doesn't have a 14 in their passive perception effectively can't see Harvey.
Just disappears like a
You
witch.
eating seeds off of the ground in this location is crazy
Mhm.
work.
Like a chicken feed.
Spicy.
All right, Caius. So the start of your turn happens, Caius. How many stacks do you have right now?
Right now I have 4. I took note of that, I believe. Yes.
Okay, so you're taking a D4 plus 4 damage.
Let it be a 1. Why do you hate me?
Oh, okay, so you're at 7 health. Now make a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
DC 14.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
What's the total?
Total is 18.
18. So that is one of your necrobloom stacks. You go down to 3 instead of 4.
Okay.
You gotta get to Lumia.
Yeah, if you end your turn within 30 feet of Lumia, you will get the Twilight Sanctuary temporary hit points. So as long as you end your turn like here.
All right. So
Jump
yeah,
in the
I'm going.
water. Jump
Yeah,
in
you
the
can
gonna
jump. You
move.
have 5'10", and then a running jump will put you
5'10",
straight in that
yep.
AoE.
And
You can move 15 feet with the jump, so 5, 10, 15. That'll put you right there.
So I'm right here.
Yep.
I don't want to be in the water though.
There's nothing in the water.
There's nothing in the water.
I mean,
I'm in the water.
I just don't like moving slow.
What do you mean? There's nothing in the water.
I don't.
Mm.
I said what I
Just
said.
dash and get out of the water.
Yeah. Now I have a question. Does drinking a potion
Takes a bonus action or an action,
Sick.
your choice.
sick? I'm gonna dash then, and I'm just
I
gonna
don't
get
know
like
Wait.
if I really don't know if you would need to.
dash.
We're gonna probably
No,
take
not dash. I don't know if you would need to use a potion here, simply because of the fact that you're going to be getting what is it, a D6 plus 4
Yeah.
temporary hit points every turn. That will almost certainly keep you alive, and then during a
Okay.
short rest, you can determine what you want to use to
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah,
All right.
we can heal up soon.
Then
do you end your turn there?
yeah, I'm just gonna walk past this random bird here. I don't know where Harvey went again. But,
Lumia, do you want to
Yeah,
roll
I'm-
those temp hit points for Caius?
Oh my god, I'd love to.
please.
Lord. Okay.
I'm like leaking out of my orifices with black sludge.
Okay. No, we
I think
didn't
what
need
Caius
all. It
means by
didn't
that
need all
is
that.
he's throwing up.
Exactly.
Mama threw
I
up.
flew up.
Okay, we said it's 2d6, right?
For the sake of flavor, Caius, I want you to roll just a flat Constitution saving throw. This isn't for anything mechanical. This is for flavor.
I just bounced it off my head.
What is the total of that? That's an 8. I
7.
think? A 7. You throw up.
You
You get out of. You do manage to get out of the water, and immediately you retch, and just black sludge pool on the
Right
ground.
there into the water next to me, just.
Accidentally
and then you
pulled
get
too
them.
many dice. How do I get rid of them
Yes.
again?
It's
Right.
Right click, yeah.
Oh,
on
right
the
click.
dice thing itself.
Oh my god,
Oh,
you
I
guys are
didn't
so
know it-
smart. Wow.
I had
Okay.
to figure it out earlier. I was like, what do I do?
Oh,
5 temp hit points for Caius, so you now have 5 temporary hit points. In addition to your 7 normal hit points, it is now impossible for the necrobloom to kill you next turn. Lumia,
hey
do
man.
you want to delay your turn until after Mox goes?
I sure do.
I'm just
give
kind
me
of
a
heaving.
Give me a second to do that. Mox. Oh yeah.
What?
Also, let me delete the ghostly vines. Just in case you survive on your turn, you can move yourself closer to Lumia.
Just in case
And
you
then,
survive.
and then Lumia will have to
That's
move less. If you do get knocked unconscious, then Lumia can still move over to you and save you.
Okay.
Unless you don't want to delay your turn, Lumia, you don't have to.
Just in case you survive.
No, I definitely
Just in
wanted to delay. I was actually going to ask before you said it, so.
I'm just gonna say that there's a decent chance that I won't be able to get to you this turn.
Why's
Because
that?
there's like a 50-50 chance that Webby is going to be stun locked again.
So
From
you
the second
you
I
physically can't move without Webby?
Well, I mean, Webby can't move, and then we'll just be there dying.
I mean, Webby is important to me, but you are my priority.
I also could not get to you from this distance. I have a move speed of 30.
You just need to get in the bubble.
Yeah.
I will note, just in case it is important, Webby does not bleed out like a normal creature does. When Webby is reduced to 0, she's just dead. However, then this is important, if Webby has died within the last hour, Mogs can use their Smith's tools and an action to revive it by spending a spell slot.
Mhm.
And when they do so, it comes back to full health. So if it were the case that Webigail goes down or is stun locked, then Mogs could run over to you, Lumia, and get themselves healthy, and then during the almost certainly the short rest that is happening after this, Mogs can revive Webigail.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Dismounting takes movement.
5 feet.
So that, and then puts me in a spot next to it.
Yeah, puts you anywhere.
So it
within-
essentially is okay. So that's
it's
that.
essentially a 5-foot move.
So
here,
15,
hold on,
25.
Whoops, that was wrong.
Is dismounting take an action?
Nope.
No. Okay. So I could in theory leave Webby behind and dash to get within range, but I could not do like a normal move.
Yeah, because you would need to end there. That's 5 feet, and then that would be 10, 15, 20, 25, and you have a 30-foot move speed.
Mm-hmm.
So you would need to spend an action to dash to get yourself here.
Yep.
I mean, let's make
Either way.
the like checks at the start of the turn.
Yep.
So, do you want to start with Webigail or you?
We'll start with me.
Okay. How many stacks do you got?
2.
2. So this is a d4 plus 2. 4 damage.
Okay.
So that brings you to 4 health.
Yep.
And then go ahead and make your Constitution save to see how many stacks you reduce. I believe that is-
11.
I believe that will be 0 stacks. So you are still at 2.
What was it?
The DC is 14.
14.
If,
Okay.
yeah, if it's a success, it's 1 stack removed. If it is a success of 5 or more, then it's 2 stacks. And now for Webigail. How many stacks does she have?
6.
6. So this will be first and foremost 8 damage, which I believe is enough to reduce her to 0.
Yeah, Webby is dead.
For all intents and purposes, you guys see what almost looks like a deactivation state for Webigail. There is the briefest of moments where Webigail turns, and Webigail is going to do something in the final moment that it has before it deactivates. And you guys do watch. What's Webigail's strength score?
Strength of 14, so plus 2.
14? Okay. It's going to throw you 15 feet.
Does also have a plus 2 to athletics.
No need for it to make a check. I'm allowing it to do this free of charge as you guys watch Webigail starting to slow down to a crawl. You see 4 of its spider legs take Moggs, whether Moggs wants it or not, and chuck her towards Lumia as she then collapses to the ground.
No!
That's so sad.
Oh my god.
It doesn't have an opportunity to say anything before it collapses. It is just fully just in a heap on the ground. And you still have the rest of your turn with full movement now. Didn't even have to dismount.
I'm torn between the roleplay and the smart move.
Make a roll for it.
Yeah, good old 50-50 odds. Moggs is gonna run back to Abigail and start casting mending.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15 gets you right next to Webigail. You guys watch. Webigail chucked Moggs into the water to try to help protect them. Moggs immediately sees Webigail collapse onto the ground and scurries back out of the water towards Webigail. Lumia, you see this too.
And just desperately tinkering with tools and doing Moggs magic bullshit.
There's probably some amount of frantic muttering under her breath as she is trying, in the illogical logic of Moggs' magic, trying to figure out the mechanics of how do I fix her. Does that end your turn? As you begin casting again?
Yeah.
All right, Lumia, it is your turn.
Okay.
I guess you'll have to move into the water.
I'm not. I hope that I don't have to. Can I move to where Harvey is and get folks in the zone?
Normally, you can't end your turn in another creature's space, but I will absolutely allow it.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
There is a little ledge off to the side where it's not like totally in the water, but it's like half.
You could also push me into the water.
Do you... Hold on, wait a minute, Lumia.
Wait, we
What
don't
is
know
your
that Harvey's there.
Oh, no, wait, what's your passive perception?
10.
And okay, you don't know Harvey's there. Hey, Harvey, I need you to make a dexterity save.
Okay.
Move, bitch.
No, we need... Are you teabagging it?
Dude, no! Alright, what's your
Oh my
bonus
God.
dex saves?
12.
12? So you got a total of 12 here.
Total of 12.
Lumia, what's your spell save, DC?
Oh shit, hang on. I have to drop
I think
myself.
it's 14.
I think
Yeah,
it's
quit
14.
fucking
yeah,
around.
it's 14.
Okay, what direction do you want to be shunted in, Harvey?
Dealer's choice.
Oh.
You bump into Harvey, and
Whoop.
there's like Xirathrian, like almost appears in front of you, as though he were trying to like lay out a coat for you to go into the water.
Oh, he's
Except it's very explicit that Xirathrian just pushes Harvey into the water.
Milady.
Not laying out a code or anything, being like, madam, allow me to. There you go. Xirathrian immediately looks to you, Harvey, and goes, please forgive me. I'm just sure that you could probably dry your clothes easier than she can.
Amazing.
Holy shit.
He like
We're gonna fight.
immediately apologizes and is genuinely like, I'm so sorry.
I can't even be mad.
Well, Lumia, do you have any actions that you would like to perform from here?
Actually, speaking of which,
Do you want to use a medicine check on Caius to try to reduce his stacks of necrobloom? It'll follow the same rules as it'll follow this. So another creature can perform a medicine check on a creature with necrobloom, and it follows the same rules as the saving throw. It's a DC 14 medicine check. On a success, it's -1. On a success of 5 or more, it is -2.
okay,
That's what I'm gonna do on Mogs.
Okay, I would love to do it. Just know that's wisdom. I have no wisdom. I'm all charisma, baby. I have 0 bonuses to that, so it's a wing and a
It's
prayer.
a flat roll then. Of
Kai's is
14.
over here kneeling down,
Wait, can I
hunched
use
over the water
guidance for
still.
a medicine check?
Guidance is okay. Guidance is normally an action, but again, this is like a weird sort of like post-combat like triage thing. I will allow you to guidance and medicine check as the same action.
Okay, thank you. God bless.
God bless. Jesus.
Damn
Christ.
it! I'm sorry, Caius.
You look over at Caius and you're honestly just dumbfounded. You do not know what could help Caius here. Like, Caius vomits and is just like just has black gunk. He's just trying to like hold it. He's like, what do I do? And Lumia, you turn around, you're like, I don't know.
I'm
like,
totally
that's not
skeeved
attractive.
out. Yeah, I'm just like, ugh, I don't know.
Stay away from me. That's
you
what.
kind of just like plug your nose.
Try not
Like,
to
I'm just
vomit
like-
myself.
I'm just like on the ground. Just like hunched over the water.
I'll be honest, Caius.
Oh.
You nasty.
At this point, Caius, there's probably been a couple of moments in your tribe where they have taught things where it's like, if poison is ingested, the easiest way for you to get the poison out of your body is to literally get it out of your body. So there's like, Lumia looks at you and tries to perform a medicine check with guidance, fails completely because she has no idea. So I'm going to go ahead and allow you to make a medicine check as though you were taking the help action.
Sick. Give me a 20.
Dude, it'd be fucking sick if you got a 20. You've got a nat 20 right now?
Please, 20. Oh,
5.
Fuck.
What's your bonus to
Okay.
medicine? Is your bonus to
what-
medicine 11?
It's a 7.
7?
I'm joking.
I was about to say, where
I was
did
gonna
that
be like,
come
how-
from?
yeah. How the fuck is
A plus
Caius'
7
dumbass?
still fails. Okay, so you stick your hand in your mouth to try to vomit it out, and you retch, but nothing comes up. That'll end Lumia's turn.
He's like dry heaving over here.
Billy.
You can just see the flames erupting off his head every time.
Yeah, I'll go up to Moggs
Hell yeah.
and try to perform a medicine check on her.
Go ahead.
See what I have in this.
This could be huge.
It could be incredible, because as of right now, I think... Okay,
That's
what's
16.
your bonus?
Oh,
Just 16?
Nothing. Yeah. Just
So you go down from, what is it, 3 to 2?
2 to 1.
2 to 1. Okay, that is genuinely huge.
huge.
Yeah, we went up to 50-50 odds now.
Hey, Harvey, what's your movement speed? It's 30 feet, right? At least?
Yes.
You
I think
can
it's- I think
also
it's
get up
flat
to
30.
Moggs and also make a medicine check on Moggs.
I would like to do that.
Billy,
yeah, I
does that
think
end
it'll
your
end my
turn?
turn. Yeah.
Okay, Harvey. Secretly, Xirathrian was just helping.
I can think that he's like not an aquatic bird, so it's just like this really awkward flailing.
I'm floating on top like a duck.
God.
So Billy just swims.
Yeah. You've got the seal tail to help you out.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the total on this?
7.
7, fuck. Yeah, that's unfortunately a fail. Do you
man,
want to
you're
use
sick.
any of your funky psychic stuff on this?
Can I just like give
Retroactively
Moggs
use
my
the-
antitoxin?
Sure, yeah. And I'll even allow you, Moggs. Well, actually, no, Moggs is casting Mending. If you want to, Harvey, if you were to give Moggs the antitoxin, I'm like 90% sure she's probably not going to drink it.
Oh, I thought you were about to say, yeah, you can just go ahead and syringe Moggs in the next with the antitoxin while she's casting.
I'm trying
Mending.
I mean, if you want to supply Moggs the antitoxin, it's a bonus action on Moggs' turn to drink it, but it would happen after they take the damage. Because the way the order of operations is damage comes first, then the saving throw to reduce the stacks.
Right.
And Moggs, as far as I am aware, is at 4 health.
Mm-hmm.
You've got only 1 stack.
Yep.
And
So
that
50-50.
they take it when they
50-50.
start their turn, right?
They take the damage and then they make the save at the
I
start.
can't just like
Wait.
grab Moggs' head and pour it down their gullet.
If you had an action,
Do I not?
you used an action. For
Oh, you're so right. I did. All right. Well, I'm just gonna hand it to Moggs and be like, "Here you go. Drink this."
Okay. You do have the antitoxin supplied to you, Mog. So if you do have the opportunity to, and you don't succeed on your saving throw on this next turn, and you want to guarantee it, you can just like hold your action to drink it. If
She'll also
people
get
fail medicine checks.
She'll also get the 10 hit points from Lumia.
Oh,
at the
that's
end of her
true. You're
turn.
actually you're gonna be totally fine. Even if the 50-50
Even if you
is
don't.
failed, you're gonna get the temp hit points, and then someone will be able to get you up to 1, and then you'll be fine.
I mean, if the 50-50 fails, I faint.
Yeah, you fall
Yeah, you'll-
unconscious, but then someone gets you to 1 hit point, and then you
Yeah.
have no stacks of necrobloom when you come back.
And we just-
So if you want to just keep the antitoxin, I guess.
Caius, what are your stacks?
Oh, Moggs is completely
I'm-
unaware that it's sitting
I'm
there
at
next
3.
to her.
You're at 3 stacks?
Yes.
Alright, D4 plus 3. 4 damage
4.
goes into your temp hit points, does not even break through.
I'm not
go
feeling
ahead-
too hot,
Go ahead
guys.
and make a saving throw for me, Constitution save. And what's your bonus?
It is plus. I'm stupid. I've had a +4 to my Constitution saving throw this entire
You
time.
have proficiency in Constitution saves as a barbarian.
Yes. So, and I've been adding 2 to my rolls.
Okay, so
Because
that
you
is-
you said roll Constitution. I was just looking at Constitution. I wasn't thinking about saving throws.
That is totally fine. This is a success, so it reduces you from 3 to 2.
Okay.
Then your turn starts. Have anything
Okay.
you want to do? Or just want to chill out?
Can I take another medicine check?
Yeah, sure, I'll allow it. It's normally
He's-
supposed to be an external person, but since Caius has
I am-
intimate knowledge of these types of things.
I am still forcibly trying to get this out of my system.
Go ahead, gamer. What do you got for me? Come on. Oh, that's a 13. Do you have any bonuses?
No.
That is a fail by 1.
Damn it. Oh.
Okay. So at the end of your turn, you do get a d6 plus 4 temp hit points. I'm going to go ahead and say that for our purposes, those temporary hit points are going to guarantee that you are fine, even on like minimum stuff because of how few stacks you have.
Yeah.
For the purposes of this, Caius, you're fine. You are at 0 stacks of necrobloom. You might as well consider that you are perfectly able to continue. The important thing now is Moggs. Start of your turn, Moggs. Do you want to roll the die, or would you like me to?
I'll do it. Why not?
All right. We want a 1 or a 2 on this die, and if you roll a 1 or a 2, I'm just going to tell you that the encounter's over.
So, and Moggs is, yeah, she's not even noticed that there's the antitoxin next to her. She's just completely enraptured in trying to fix Webby. She's just be like, no, you can't leave me. You can't.
Oh no. Oh, thank God. Okay. Congratulations, everybody. So this is still going to do damage to you. You'll be able to. I'm going to give you a pass on this. You have no more stacks of necrobloom. We'll just say that you're reduced. You took 3 damage, right? Or 2 damage.
2, yeah. So
We're
my
at 2 health,
2 health,
but otherwise are alive.
and then I get some temp health. And
You get the 10 hit points, and congratulations. You guys have completed the encounter.
Yeah.
The once mire bog that surrounded you before almost instantaneously seems to clear up. The water unthickens, the mushrooms dissipate, the trees themselves now having no longer being gripped by this terrifying vine creature, almost immediately seem to have this like relaxation of their branches, and you start to see buds forming on the tree branches themselves as what seems like the residual magic, though necrotic as it was, having dissipated, still energized the plant life in this area and almost seems to be bringing some of it back to life. But you do look further into the swamplands and see this is not a permanent fix. This is a very temporary, immediate problem that you have fixed, and there is something even more fearsome and even deadlier that is further in the swamplands that you will have to handle. Now, I'm going to put out there that you guys are more than welcome to go back to town and take a long rest. But if you do that, there's a potential for another encounter before fighting the creature.
I think a short rest would be fine. I think
If
we're just
you
gonna
were
have to
to take
spend
a
all
short
our
rest.
hit point
If you were to
resources.
take a short rest, I will let you know that you just there's one more combat. What I'm saying is if you guys go to take a long rest, you have to do this fight again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It is
Mm.
an
It's just
all or
gonna
nothing.
spread
It's an
back.
all or nothing kind of deal. You are more than welcome to interpret it however you see fit, but the way that I see it is either you guys do this entire encounter a second time, or you just consider the quest a fail if you go back for a long rest, or power through with a short rest and
I
take your
think-
chances.
oh my god,
think-
you guys,
I
we
think
can
we got
farm
this.
this thing.
Oh
Oh my
no!
god.
What does it
my
drop?
Yeah.
Give me the
yeah.
loot.
It drops.
I search for loot and seeds.
Okay, sludge poop.
Actually,
Ew.
didn't
Okay.
we want to collect samples of this thing? I guess we're gonna have to get that
They did
from the
request
big-
samples. Actually, they gave you vials for samples.
They did.
I guess maybe from the big
Uh,
guy, like the source of it is gonna leave some samples, not the actual like.
You got
Yeah.
enough
Reddit.
vials to take one sample here and another sample of the big guy.
Hi, this
yeah.
vial for me.
I'm better now. I'm better now.
Yeah,
Do
I'm
it
just gonna,
anyways.
like start collecting stuff. Like I'm gonna collect a little bit of the sludge that Kaius threw up. I'm gonna collect
Jesus.
a little bit of the mushrooms.
As the
Stuff it all into a
sounds
Bible.
of combat have now like started to die, the sounds of this combat were, by the way, fucking crazy because it really was just like the sounds of whips cracking from this creature, the sounds of spells being flung, water sloshing, you guys coughing and throwing up and wheezing, the popping of like pustules, and the briefest of moments in the middle of that combat when Moggs did the first point of fire damage, where the creature bellowed out the loudest scream imaginable. And then it died, and now sparkly, snowy rain descends from the sky as Moggs desperately tries to bring Webbigail back up. And I will say, after 1 minute, Webbigail springs back. Perfectly fine. She pops up, looks at you, Moggs, and immediately backpacks. Doesn't even ask or anything, just puts herself on your back. It's like, thanks, Mom.
Logs
Don't
is
do that.
just like a little emotionally empty right now.
Webbigail looks at you, Billy, and goes, do what?
You scared your mom.
Yeah, I died.
Oh my god, how are you just back? Like how does that work? Do you know?
Yeah, my mom's really cool.
Oh.
Oh.
Can I try to figure out what's going on?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Okay.
If you roll a natural 20 on this, it's gonna be fucking crazy.
Okay.
No pressure, nothing.
Nope. Come on, baby. Aw, fuck. It's still 15.
15
Or
is
no,
not bad.
yeah, 15.
Yeah, 15 is absolutely not bad. There is... So it's been established before. Moggs has some crazy type of magic that is separate from the two subsets of magic that exist in the world. Where
Right.
there's arcane magic from people like bards and sorcerers and wizards, And then there is divine magic or naturalistic magic from like druids and rangers and clerics. You have 2 different subsects of magic in your party right now, arcane from you and divine from Lumia. But looking at Moggs and watching the way that Moggs does magic, they mold the world around them like clay.
They're
And
doing the old shit.
it is almost, I don't know if any of you guys have fucking seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure at all. The scene where Jotaro stops his own heart.
Oh
with
my
a hand
god.
And then starts his heart again. Functionally the manner in which Moggs has revivified Webby here. Where Moggs,
They just-
you pop
Just would,
open
wake up.
you pop open the internals on the body to witness the monster core and basically just start to fiddle with it. You mold it, you press your fingers into it, and unironically the monster core starts to bow and spring back into place, almost as though you are trying to simulate a heartbeat. After which you see that the monster core glows brilliantly in the manner of the magic that it had before, and that is the moment in which Webby springs to life. Not anyone could do that. I don't think, as far as Billy is aware, even people back in your time were unable to do this. This is different from ancient magic. Ancient magic was raw and primordial and incredibly powerful. This is, while certainly it has the potential to be very powerful, you are looking at it and it's simply... There's one word that springs to the forefront of your mind, and it is strange. And it's in this silence that we're going to go ahead and take our break.
Ooh, so what does Moggs have to
Yeah.
spend to actually do that mechanically?
A first level or higher spell slot.
Nice.
And they can do that any number of times, by the way.
Hell
There's no
yeah.
limit to the
Wow.
number of times they can revive Webbigail. I
Oh,
know
nice.
that it's fucked up, but that does mean theoretically that there is a world in which an artificer like this sends their construct in to like blow up traps and stuff and just revives them.
No, that's so sad. I hope
There's-
Moggs would never do that to Webby.
There are some limitations. It has to be within an hour, otherwise I'd have to make a new construct.
Right,
That is
right.
true. And it takes like a long rest to make a new construct, right?
Oh god, and it would be like a different
Uh,
person, so...
Yeah, long rest.
No, for our purposes, the monster core really is Webbigail.
Oh, that's cool.
As
Okay,
long,
cool.
so mechanically
As long as it
speaking,
doesn't
as
get
well as
damaged.
flavorfully, as long as the monster core is recoverable,
Right.
then Webbigail's perfectly fine.
Okay,
But I wouldn't be
cool.
able to get her back like in the middle of a mission like this
Right,
anymore.
right.
Yeah, it would have to be at the end of a day kind of deal. Cool.
Oh,
I'm gonna go ahead and stand
gosh.
up and walk around. Great job, everybody. Seriously, 10 out of 10.
All right. Well,
Yes.
we did short rest stuff. What now, guys?
Yeah, so let's work on the flavor of what occurs during this short rest, provided everybody is ready to continue. Some stuff happened during that fight. Notably, Moggs was first into the fray with a passionate gusto after what happened in the prison. There's an energy to them proving themselves that is pretty palpable, I'll say. And in their gusto, Webby fell during combat and has since been almost instantaneously revivified. Revivification is a difficult thing to achieve even for construct creatures. The fact that Moggs was able to do it instantaneously is very noteworthy. Caius, Moggs, and Webbigail all three suffered very severe consequences of the necrobloom sickness during this combat, and Lumia suffered very temporary minor consequences, but consequences nonetheless. But you guys feel confident that you have destroyed the necrobloom in this immediate vicinity and are taking advantage of that to take your rest, to lick your wounds, to sharpen your weapons, to just recover for the briefest of moments that you have. Xirathrian being able to be manifested non-physically is able to provide some very brief amount of insight into whether or not he knows about the necrobloom. He volunteers some information for you guys as he looks to the necrobloom. He's like, well, I myself have not fought whatever this creature that you felled is, the necrobloom, whatever these vines are. They seem very frightening indeed. But I have fought very many undead in my time, and if this is anything like them, then the creature spreading this sickness will likely be an undead creature as well. I'm sure you've borne witness to it yourselves, but they're very resistant to the majority of damage.
Undead, you say?
Yes, actually. You are a cleric, are you not, Lady Lumia?
That I am.
It could be very fortuitous in the combat to come, though I would still be wary. Typically, the turning of undead creatures is a temporary respite, and the fury that many undead, with any amount of sentience, have for being turned will very swiftly result in the demise of the one who turned them. If you decide to do so, you should bolster your strength, all of you collectively, and defend Lady Lumia.
Oh. I've certainly never attempted it, but that is good to know.
Let me go ahead and pull up the creature's stat block here. From the experience that Xirathrian has with undead creatures, I am going to allow all of you to make religion checks with disadvantage. You don't have one-to-one personal experience, but Xirathrian is supplying you with anecdotal experiences. The DC for this is proportionately quite high, but if any of you succeed, you can each ask me questions about the creature's stats.
This is religion?
Yep.
At
Can I-
disadvantage?
Yes.
Can I ask for a reminder on something, Belle?
Of course.
Like, I seem to remember that attunement to the Book of Deities gives something in regards to religion checks, but I
You are
can't
correct.
remember the parameters.
Regarding religion or history checks made for minor deities. For deities.
Ah,
you can
shit.
make them.
Okay. Never mind. Oh, shit. Morning guide me.
I'll go ahead and double check something here, just in case. Because I believe there isn't explicitly a deity of undeath, but I think there might be a minor deity that is closely related to undeath.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give it to you and let you roll this normally without disadvantage. There is not a deity of undeath, but there are many deities that are related to or that do not mind undeath. The host of malicious intent is one of them. And another one is Bothsum, the god of regret.
Oh.
Bothsum, the god of regret. The moments before a person's death are said to be filled with their regrets and their triumphs. Bothsum is meant to be responsible for this, just as they are responsible for contemplating life. They're typically known as the god of regrets, although worshippers of Bothsum recognize it to be more complex than simply regrets. It is more likened to living one's life so as not to conceive regrets. So in this way, you can make a normal religion check.
Interesting. Okay.
And you can also have guidance on this if you didn't already have it.
Okay. Well, I did roll it normally already with guidance, and with my +3, it's 19 total.
19 total. Beautiful. Okay, Harvey, what'd you get? He died. He's
Muted.
dead.
Harvey,
dead.
hello? Are you muted?
I was muted. I'm so sorry. I got a 14 total.
You guys just cut over to Harvey in the Family Guy death pose.
Harvey
again.
did that thing
You
that
rolled
you do,
how much
Belle.
total?
14.
14, beautiful. Moggs, how much did you roll?
I did not roll.
Beautiful. Caius, what'd you roll?
I got a 2.
God.
Why'd you say that like
You said that like you were
I got
putting down
two.
your cards for Texas Hold'em. Like you were really proud that you just had like I got 2 pairs.
No, I heard like a schoolboy going like, I got 2.
I got 2 phones.
Oh god. And
No.
Billy, what'd you roll?
Total
Aw.
10.
10? Okay, as far as I am aware, there was only one person with a 16 or higher, and that was
That was
Lumia,
Lumia.
correct?
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
All right,
Unless
Lumia.
Moggs would like to roll and find out.
Nope, Moggs is in her own world right now.
Yeah, fair.
What would you like to know about the creature? You can't say everything. It has to be one specific thing. Do you want to know its armor class, its hit points, its speeds?
Is he
Do you want
hot?
to know... Dude? If you want to know its damage resistances or immunities,
Yes.
if you want to know its condition immunities, maybe even some weaknesses, if you want to know if it has like legendary actions or some type of special action, you can ask those questions, but I will give you one thing.
I feel like I want to ask
You can
about.
consult the crew about this, by the way.
Fuck them. Let them roll if they want it. And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, please do. Go with that, please.
No, like, what do you guys think? I was thinking weaknesses or immunities.
Yeah, I think
I will also put out there that if you want to know about, I will tell you this right now, the creature has access to lair actions.
The fuck is that?
So a legendary action you already are aware of. They're basically charges that replenish when they take their turn. These charges can be expended, allowing them to do things in between your guys' turns. A lair action is an action that is being performed because you are fighting the creature in its own domain. And in this case, the creature spreading the necrobloom is in its domain when it is in the necrobloom. What these actions do, they're not things that the creature has to do, they are things that the environment around the creature does for it. And they typically happen once per round on initiative count 20, starting on round 2. So round 1, you won't have to deal with it. The moment round 2 begins, the moment that 20 on the initiative is like met, is when a lair action will occur.
Oh.
Man's got home field advantage.
Yeah.
Gosh,
I want to say weaknesses
Me too.
or immunities.
the only thing I'm afraid of is like if you do say like weaknesses and stuff. We just fought something that might have that's kind of connected to it, so it may be the same weaknesses.
Maybe
I don't think we
immunities,
found
then.
any weaknesses though.
Fire.
It was
Fire.
fire.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
I think we could go for immunities, because I'm sure this thing has an immunity, at least one.
Now,
And,
I'm going to note, you guys are keenly aware of the fact that the reason this thing had a weakness to fire, because it's a plant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If
And
the creature that you are hunting is not a plant, it will likely not have a weakness to fire.
Probably plant.
and what is radiant damage?
Radiant damage is the damage Moonbeam can deal. It's also the damage, I believe, that Lumia has access to in spades.
Yeah.
Because I was like, in my head, I'm just like, it's undead.
It's ultimately up to you, Lumia,
Hmm.
but
I
I
will
think
tell you
I
right
think
now that
immunities
the-
or weaknesses.
I will tell you right now that the damage weaknesses that the creature has do differ from the damage weaknesses that this creature has.
Okay, thank you. That's
Then yeah,
That's all I was
think
worried
that's,
about.
That's what I want to know. Weaknesses.
You want to know damage
Yeah.
weaknesses?
Yeah.
The only weakness the creature has is radiant damage. You
Let's
hit the nail on the
go.
head. You do know that it has
Oh,
radiant damage
shit.
very explicitly. Lumia is going to tear this thing apart. Is going to shred this thing. Not to say that it's going to be like an easy fight by any stretch of the imagination, but it is definitely going to be a very doable fight.
Mm-hmm,
All right.
Fantastic. Yeah, so
Form of
Xirathrian,
phalanx in front of Lumia.
Xirathrian has a sit down with you guys and just talks with you about the many weaknesses of undead creatures. He goes on to explain, he's like, well, you know, it is an undead creature, and I know that these were ghostly vines that you were fighting here, but it's very likely that the creature itself could be skeletal in some nature, and if it is such a skeletal creature, it'd be weak to bludgeoning damage, and piercing attacks won't have very much effect on it because it goes straight through the rib cage. If you were to be fighting a zombified creature, whatever manner in which that would manifest itself, those creatures tend to have an uncanny resiliency in their undeath. They can lose limbs, even their entire head, and they will still continue to attempt to kill you. I hate zombies with a burning fiery passion. Had to fight way too many when I was alive, and a handful when I was dead, actually, now that I've...
On Faerun?
In Faerun? No, dear God, no. I don't think there's been an undead in Faerun for millennia. It was in the greater world of Karanak that I did fight.
Okay.
Creatures. Yes, it was more in the Northlands, in the snowy sort of tundra biome.
Speaking of, I would like to have a conversation with you about that later.
Of course. We do have time now. We're trying to lick our wounds as far as I can tell. Are you all right, by the way, Caius?
I'm feeling much better after that short rest. I appreciate it.
You see Xirathrian does turn towards Moggs, and looks down towards you and goes, "And you, young one, are you quite all right as well? Is your companion okay?"
Huh? Yeah, no, we're good.
Are you sure?
Probably.
All right. I'm certainly no counselor, but if you do want to talk, you have a plethora of ears to hear you. I'm sure that any one of your companions would be willing to listen. What have you got for me, Caius? What did you want to discuss? Did you want to discuss it in private?
Kind of, yes.
Now, how are you going to do that? It sounds like we're having a cute conversation.
Xirathrian does
You
kind of
know what?
shrug, and he goes like, "You know, if she does want to put me back in the armor, I can't really stop her."
That's fine. There's some things I want to talk to you about too.
Yay! I love gossip
Should
time.
we scurry off to the corner of the woods
gossip?
to talk?
That's
We've got an hour.
Tea time!
Tea time!
Xirathrian looks
This
at the
is-
rest of you guys and goes, "Peace, fuckers." And doesn't say that.
Xirathrian's a fuckboy?
No! We already have one of those.
Oh my god.
I mean, if you guys want to, you actually may go and discuss stuff with each other. You have a full hour in canon right now.
Let's do it.
Oh gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You
Where did I go? Oh, you took me. You've
just
taken me.
zoomed
Just
you
as a
all
note,
to the
I don't
corner.
mind if this happens, by the way. Billy is kind of just chilling out and probably taking samples and stuff.
All right.
Oh, that's good that you're doing
Xirathrian,
that.
Lumia, and Caius, you scurry off. Is still within, seeing distance of the rest of the crew in case anything were to happen, but out of earshot enough to where you guys can have a candid conversation with each other. Xirathrian still golden and gleaming in the spiritual form that it is, but not manifested fully, and so very translucent. Stands tall and looks towards you, Caius, and goes, "Well, what can Sir Xirathrian do for you, my fair, fiery friend?"
First, I kind of want to know about how long has it been since you've been in that armor? Like, I'm just trying to gauge a timeline of when you were last in Faerun.
He has a sad smile on his face, and he shrugs, and he goes, "I lost count. It's really hard to keep track of things in, this strange middle... I'm dead, but I haven't moved to the wheel and been reincarnated, and so time passes much the same that it does for everyone else. I think I lost track after the 20-year mark."
20?
It has been some time since then. It may very well have been double, triple, even quadruple that time. I simply stopped counting after a certain point. What year is it right now? I know you guys. You convey the age to him, the year, and he thinks for a moment. He's like, if that is the current year, the time of my death would have been around 100 years ago, and my being bound to the armor was very shortly thereafter that.
Oh my gosh. You're an old man too, Xirathrian.
I suppose in a technicality, yes, I am.
Don't worry.
I don't really age.
You don't look a day over 25.
That's actually about the age I was when I died.
Oh, well, that explains it.
he despite the fact that he's effectively conveyed to you that he's been in a mind prison for 100 years, he seems very chill about it.
Gotcha. So
he does seem to have the sort of like, he has the vibe of someone who is like, I live to serve. I am the knight to a lord or lady. I will do everything that I can in my power to protect or serve that lord or lady until my dying breath. And he took it one step further, and he's like, even beyond my dying breath. The item itself that Lumia, that you currently have on with the enchantment, the item is not a sentient item, but Xirathrian is a sentient creature on the item. If you or the party at large were to start performing really heinously evil actions, Xirathrian would leave.
Whoa.
And in doing so, he would die. He would go back to the wheel. He would be reincarnated.
Oh, but that might almost be a gift to him if that's what he wanted.
Doesn't seem like that's what he wants, because he's here of his own volition. He does convey that to you guys. He sort of, mentions, he's like, in my life, I was serving the greater good. I was trying my best to leave the world a better place than I found it. And I feel as though in life I did my part, and now in death I'd like to continue doing so. I understand that upon reincarnation, I'm not going to remember half of what I know now. I'll be beginning anew, and hopefully karma will, find its way into my future life. But until such a time as I feel that I can rest easy and reincarnate confident that the world won't be in shambles when I leave it, then I'd like to remain right here.
Well, I certainly won't oppose, but if at any point you change your mind, you are free to leave at any time.
Far be it from sorry, he was drinking some Gatorade. Far be it from me to say this, but if there's ever a point in time in which there's a host vessel or something of that nature that I could inhabit, I would more than likely rather do that than reincarnate.
Oh.
You do have an artificing companion that works magic in strange ways. If there was ever a point in time in which they could create some form of simulacrum that I could inhabit, then I am a spirit, and a soul is required for a body to function. It would be as though I was reborn.
Oh.
More nefarious means, typically through necromancy and murder, would have you siphoning the soul from a living person and then putting my soul in them, and I'd prefer it if you didn't do that.
That's
Kais is just like
understandable.
looking between the both of you, like this is like going way over his head.
He stops and recognizes that. He's like, I'm so sorry, Caius. You brought us here to have a discussion, and we've just been rambling this whole time.
It was more so a question that I was just wondering if you knew a couple of individuals, but giving the time span of what you just gave me, I don't think that would be true. If you knew anybody by the name of Gawain or Lyria.
He thinks for a moment. Off the top of my head. I'm gonna go ahead and roll a history check for him. Can you remind me who these characters are while I roll his history check?
The name of his parents.
He ponders it, and he thinks and thinks and thinks, and he shakes his head. He goes, It's quite likely that they are beyond my time. and given how long I have been in the armor, I have been in the mainland. I've been in Karanak for that time, for the longest of time, in fact. It wasn't until I was shipped over here and then taken by those goblins that, I arrived in Erendipitus. What a peculiar land this is. What is a necrobloom? Is that on the mainland now? Is that a thing that I'm just not aware of?
This is my first time on the mainland as well. Outside of Fayowen, this is new to me.
All right. He sort of looks to Lumia and goes like, Lumia, have you ever encountered something like this before, this sort of corruption?
Certainly nothing of this magnitude. It's all new to me.
He kind of like bares his teeth momentarily as though he's like grimacing or snarling in some capacity, and you're starting to see he has like a row, like multiple rows of sharp teeth in his mouth. He is a dragonborn after all. It's very briefly quite intimidating, and then he kind of like sucks air in through those teeth, and he's like, it's not good. Whatever this infection, this illness is, it's an ill omen, I'll say that much. If this is perhaps not even in this specificity, but if anything even remotely similar to this is happening in any other parts of Erendipitus, I fear for the health of the land. Something bad is happening. Have there been any other peculiarities, any other things? That creature that was going on a rampage against the caravan, is that normal? Is that something that is common down here? I understand monstrosities are definitely things that you all have to contend with, but as far as I seem to recall from what the scientists were discovering, the wanton violence and seeming ferocity and frenzy that the creature was in was anything but natural.
Yeah, that's definitely not normal. There are wild beasts all over the land here, obviously, but they don't seem to be acting in accordance with typical instincts. There is definitely something strange about those beasts and others that we've encountered before.
He nods. I do remember that one we fought in the caravan. It did seem to be attacking with complete disregard for its own safety or for what it was attacking. It didn't seem to care what it hit as long as it hit something.
If anything, something like that it was more so, I wouldn't even call it a mission. Like a normal animal would have been left at scene, not even disregarding the fact that it just. I'm not even sure. Even with the boars that were chasing it, the boars left as well.
It seemed as though the boars continued to chase after it, like it had done something to their nest, presumably, to their den. That's the assumption that I would have. I am no druid nor ranger. I have very middling information about the naturalism in the wildlands. Unfortunately, I do apologize, actually, given the fact that you are in Erendipitus, what I've come to understand is an incredibly wild land. I can't really help very much.
Oh, you've been super helpful.
I can certainly use my blade. I would be more than happy to continue to do so. But I will admit to my inability to... My uneducated nature for naturalism. It would actually be very helpful for us to find and converse with a druid who may have potentially been tracking the going-ons of the land for some time. Far be it from me to assume that these scientists don't know what they're talking about. I'm sure that Who's-He, What's-It, and What's-His-Face from the caravan know exactly what they're talking about, but there's a time for a brainiac, and then there's another time for someone who has lived in the land for the longest of time, someone who can feel the land and can understand what say the trees and creatures in the wild. It might be beneficial for us to find a druid at some point.
That's actually a great idea. I don't know that we've thought of that before. We should do that, Caius.
We should. I haven't even... Do any of the people we've come across even know a druid?
Not as far as you guys are aware. You haven't met a druid, nor have you seen anyone who knows a druid or who is one.
Then again, we never asked either.
There was a ranger on the caravan, and peculiarly, I think they are the only person who was killed.
Oh, they were.
I think so. I think they were the only person who died.
Oh man.
I think we even joked about like, haha, of course, take that, Ranger, you deserve
Yeah,
it.
Ranger being a shitty class. It's so fucked up. So you guys are going to be going to a city, right? Xirathrian sort of perks up in mentioning this and is like, we're going to Swavel, correct? Swavel is sort of like a hub city in Erendipitus, minus the southern lands, which I've come to understand have been infected by members of the societies of Karanak, of the Dramalian Empire and Arlen Way. God forbid we have to go down south, because that would be incredibly dangerous and difficult. But as long as we're in the northern lands, Swavel is sort of the hub. Yes? Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes.
Yes.
And while they certainly do need aid, and that is the reason the caravan will be going there, there's still the highest population count of any location in this northern hemisphere of Erendipitus. So the likelihood that we could encounter a druid, even though druids tend to be the lone wolves, they like to hide out in the wilds, I would not be surprised if we could find one or maybe even two druids hiding in or around the city. The more people there are, the more likely we are to find a druid. Or we could just, I don't know, scan the countryside for one.
We should definitely add that to our list of things to do. It seems to be ever growing every day, but yeah, we should absolutely do that. That was a great idea, Xirathrian.
What about your other companion? I don't quite know his name, but the other one you summoned, would he know?
What other companion?
Xirathrian looks to you, Lumia, goes, yes, I was actually quite wondering what his name was. He seemed a strong fellow. At least muscular, I'm certain.
From what I saw, he was.
Lumia grimaces, but also has a dreamy look reflecting on his muscles. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. That's
I believe you said when you did.
That is a friend named Phineas.
Xirathrian seems to have been insightful enough to pick up what Lumia is putting down, and then turns to Caius and goes, I'm not certain that is the same level of sentience that I am, Sir Caius. It seems more to be a manifestation of a spell than an actual spirit.
Exactly.
So there would be no point in asking him then.
Yeah, he doesn't really do much other than look attractive and smash things. Unfortunately, I don't think he can answer any questions.
Well, it sounds like I have a lot of common with this one.
Xirathrian sort of nods and goes, look attractive, smash things. You can also talk. That's
You said his name was Phineas. You said book boyfriend earlier.
No.
I thought that was his name.
No. His name is Phineas, and I have a spell that manifests a weapon that defends me, much in the same way that Xirathrian does, with some minor differences, and sometimes that spell manifests in the form of, I don't know, characters sometimes that I read about in books. Magic is a funny thing, and sometimes whatever's been playing in your mind sometimes plays out in your magic.
You have an interesting taste in books.
Well, how would you know? You don't know what books I read. He's just a fellow from a book. I mean, you're half-dressed half the time. I don't go judging you.
Fair.
Defensive.
Xirathrian sort of poses a question to try to interject in here, and he goes, Guys, do you have many books that you read?
Ask him if he can read it all.
But this one sounds interesting.
Xirathrian looks to you, Lumia, and goes, hey.
But this book sounds interesting. Like I said, we have a lot in common. I want to see this. I want to read about this man.
He does seem to be a very interesting figure. I would much like to know more about him.
I'm happy to share with you a brief summary of his adventures, but I assure you, the book, it would be boring reading material, really. I mean, it's all very silly.
Shirtless and smash.
I'll be honest, that seems very much what highest alley. I'm not sure what you're talking
You seem to be very focused on his chest.
I mean, as someone who takes great care of their physique, yes.
Yes, I'd like to know what his workout routine is.
I don't know that
I'm
we can
very
get that
obviously
in depth.
approaching this from an explicitly like a like stonehead masculine perspective. Yeah, what's your workout routine, man?
Oh my god. Oh, well, I mean, perhaps sometime, Caius, I can share with you the book, but there are conditions. I'm very protective of my reading material, and I really treasure my books, and we're gonna have to lay down some ground rules. And rule number 1 is you do not talk about the book. We have a book club, the 3 of us, and whatever books we read in the book club, we do not talk about with other people.
Xirathrian seems absolutely thrilled.
There are multiples of these books?
I mean, yeah.
Are they all like this?
Oh no, I mean, some are different, you know? Like, there are some muscly men, and sometimes they're kind of like thinner and more academic, and, you know, there's all sorts.
I'm more interested in the muscly men.
Me too.
You see, for the briefest of moments, Xirathrian holds up a hand and makes a symbol in the air. And he goes, "By the power vested in me as a paladin of Bush of Balor and the Lightning King, I swear upon this oath that I shall not speak a word of our book club to any other than the 2 of you."
Do I have to do that too?
If
Yes.
you would like to.
Okay, I guess Caius is gonna, I don't know what god he just said to, but he's gonna do it, but then say Xavier Era.
Okay, alright. He acknowledges that you are a follower of Xavier Era. He kind of nods to you and he's like, "I see, a follower of Era. She's a ferocious one."
She's perfect.
He
Apparently Lumia
smiles.
said she saved my life.
It's true.
Looks very, very interesting. Much the same that mine has done for me in the past. We'll have to have a conversation about that.
Oh, we should.
All right, I like this. You know, I feel good about being able to talk about books with others. As soon as we get back to town, we will schedule our first book club meeting, and I will socialize you with our first selection, which is called The Thirst of Night.
Xirathrian's head
What?
turns dramatically as you say this, and he goes, "The Thirst of Night? I know
You
this
know,
one."
Oh,
do you?
Yes.
I mean,
have you read it?
I know the author.
Oh, you're kidding!
No, the author is a vampire. It's a true story.
Caius is now like looking back and forth. Is like a vampire.
Lumia has
He
sparkles
nods.
in her eyes.
Oh no!
He nods and goes, "Yes, he's a very, very proficient author. Has been for some time. Many of his trysts he has written about."
Oh, they're true.
Does he look like the one that she summoned?
I mean, at this point, I'd imagine perhaps at least a tad bit more ghoulish.
Because if the one that she summoned can't talk, I would like to talk to the real one too.
Me too.
I would actually like to speak with him too. It's been some time.
Sometime.
100 years. What I do have a clarification to make. He's not a vampire in the truest sense. He's not a true vampire. If he were, he would be a dangerous individual. He's a Dampier. Dampier being a half vampire.
He's a
Still
damn
is as
vampire.
long lived. He has many of the benefits of vampirism with fewer of the drawbacks. A Dampier is truly God's favorite child.
Oh, I'm so excited! Lumia runs over and grabs Xirathrian by both of his hands and starts spinning around in absolute
God.
glee.
I would, if I catch wind of him, I'll be more than happy to let you know.
Oh, please.
He's a peculiar man. All right, never meet heroes.
I have a fine taste for peculiar men.
Xirathrian just
mean?
like eyes.
What does that mean?
Eyes kind of wide, head goes down, and he looks at Caius.
Xirathrian. What?
He just shakes his head.
What? Tell me.
No.
We made an oath book club.
Book club isn't for a little bit.
Fine.
Xirathrian sort of looks to the two of you and goes, would we like to discuss anything else? I think a brief respite is beginning to wane. We'll have to be on the way to find this ghastly undead creature.
I have so many questions, but it won't be answered until I read this book.
All right.
Lumia goes skipping back to the campsite.
Having been told that one of her like romance stories is a true story. That wouldn't work for the like werewolf story or anything of that nature, but for the vampire story, because you know vampires live fucking forever.
Gosh.
The trio returns to the original party, and you all collectively finish your short rest. Is there anything that Billy, Harvey, Moggs, or Webigail want to discuss while the others are away? If not,
I'm good.
hell yeah.
I would just like to investigate more, write stuff down, see if I can take some samples and possibly test them.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Sure.
Caius is like now just in deep thought, just
Yeah.
a hand to his chin.
You know that GIF that you do end up sending pretty frequently of the bear with a bunch of question marks showing up around their head? That is Caius right now.
Absolutely.
So what's that 19?
I just sent that to the wrong chat.
25 total.
20 fucking 5?
25.
Jesus.
Okay. Intelligence character. It's helpful to have an intelligence
You're
character.
so brainy.
Caius, the gift.
Yeah, that's Caius right now.
That's so fucking funny.
This is how Caius returns to the party.
I love that it's a bear. I love that it's a bear.
So, while they are discussing things, Harvey presumably examining your soul knives, seeing if it's possible to sharpen them just on a whim, trying to, fiddle with this very seldom touched psychic magic. It's very rare to find someone with psychic abilities, and the fact that you can manifest them physically and harm people with them physically is crazy. Normally, psychic stuff is very minor mentalism, like some small amount of telepathy or some minor telekinesis through something like a mage hand, but the fact is that your psychic abilities are manifesting so solidly that they are capable of hurting and cutting and destroying things, which is nuts. So you're examining these knives curiously, trying to figure out more of the sort of like properties of these knives. And in the meantime, you are seeing that Billy is collecting samples of the sludge from the center of this creature. You managed to, without getting any on you, collect some of this black goop into one of these vials. And on a whim, you decide to form a gamut of tests since you have the time to do so during your short rest. You've got presumably some tools in your bag, or you can borrow maybe like some tools from the poisoner's kit just to test some things. Potentially placing a drop of acid to see how it reacts, trying to put organic matter in it to see if it withers and dies, and it does indeed do so. You place the smallest mote of magic into the tar to see if there's any reaction to it there. And you discover something over the course of this, gamut of tests, over the experimentation that you're performing here. You do discover something about this. It is an innately magical disease. which is exactly what yours is too.
Mm-hmm.
Your disease originated from magic and then manifested into something that can infect a host. In the exact same way that this manifested through magic and could then infect hosts. You don't think it is identical. It is certainly not a one-to-one sort of deal. But you are thinking to yourself, you should probably save a sample of this for yourself for when you have access to a greater laboratory and you can actually perform more extensive tests.
Okay. I'll save one for myself. Yeah, I'll get maybe either I'll get this one to the lady, or I'll take some from the other one and give that
You've
to
got
her.
enough vials to take 2 here and 2 from the bigger creature, and save 1 of each for yourself and give 1 of each to them.
Okay.
You have the vials required to do that. And so there's this sort of like rumination, this machination in the back of your mind where you're like, this could be a clue to unlocking what is wrong with me. It doesn't have anything to do with the prophecy that you are trying to fill, but it certainly does give you a direction to travel if you wanted to pursue this instead, which is more than you have had before.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've been asleep for a long time.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
As your short rest concludes and the party, stands up, dusts themselves off, and prepares to set out to find and kill the creature that is causing the infection of the swamplands, you hear a low, rumbling roar in the distance and watch a gaggle of flighted creatures, birds of some sort, rise up and out into the sky as this roar echoes across the swamplands.
I wanna
You
flip
all
them off.
cast your gaze. You flip them off. You all cast your gaze in the direction of these birds and see that they are crazed, flying away in some sort of terror or fear from the source of this roar.
The hair
You
is
know
like
what-
standing up on my edge.
You know what direction
On
you're
your what?
supposed to- on my edge. I'm sorry. You know now what direction you have to travel. Far be it from any sane individual to do this, but as adventurers, as road wardens, it is your job to turn and face whatever made that roar and find it. And that is where we're going to go ahead and end the session.
Food? Fuck yes.
We turn and go home.
You turn and it's
Yeah.
not worth it. Let's go home.
And we're leaving.
I know exactly which way to go, and it's back the way we came.
Well, I think that you guys did truly fantastic this session. This was a difficult combat, and you passed it with flying colors. I know that there were some close calls and some, dangerous circumstances, but you guys managed to come out on top pretty well. You're also going to be going into the next fight, none the worse for wear. As far as I understand, almost everybody is at max health. You
Yeah,
also
not really.
have 10 temporary hit points, courtesy
Hell
of Lumia.
We're basically gods.
Whoa.
You have some amount of an expectation of what you can encounter when this creature next fights you guys. Obviously, some amount of the natural land around it is going to be rising up to fight you. You're now aware that it has lair actions. You're also aware of the silver bullets that will kill it. That silver bullet is named Lumia, and they do radiant damage.
I'm gonna make them
That-
glow.
I'm telling you right now that if you play your cards right, the next fight is going to be piss easy compared to this one. Like, this was supposed to be a difficult fight because it is an introductory fight to this, this system and all the weirdness that's going on here with the necrobloom and stuff. Not to say that this next creature is going to be a pushover, but, if all Lumia does on their turn is start their turn and cast a spell that does radiant damage, the creature's gonna die pretty quickly. It takes double damage from radiant damage. Imagine if you had a moonbeam on that creature, and instead of, it failed on its saving throw, I'm gonna do 2d10 and do I do 12 damage. It's actually 24.
Insane.
My gosh.
It is crazy. It is truly crazy. For now, though, we'll go ahead and end it there.